See, I just put point number 1, point number 2 because I left that up to you.
That's fine. I'll fill.
1 minute 30.
As we slurp coffee.
What do you want her to do? Okay, 3-minute shot. Okay, you can see outside the sun. Yeah, standing up.
Wayne, can you get us that roster change? No, we need that. It's important. We can't be calling. It's the inaugural 2014 ABC Border Bowl from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. It's the final football game of 2014 right across the country here in Canada. Glad to have you on board as the British Columbia All-Stars getting set to host the Alberta Current Stars here from the Fraser Valley. Beautiful Chilliwack, BC at Turf Field here at Exhibition Stadium. Glad to have you on board on VBN Sports. My name is Vonnie DeBartolo, alongside Tim Amy, bringing you the action here this afternoon. It's a great Saturday afternoon. It's not too cool, Tim, but sort of a perfect day for mid-December, isn't it?
It's absolutely perfect. It's not too cold, and it's not too hot, and it's not raining. The lack of rain actually kind of hurts BC a little bit because, of course, if you get these kids coming in from Alberta, they're used to the dry, the cold, all that sort of thing. Nice, damp, wet, rainy day would give BC, a lot of those South Coast players, a bit of an advantage. But it's even Steven weather-wise, and I'm just looking forward to a great game.
We are certainly looking forward to a great game here on the field. Both teams currently taking their warm-up reps. Alberta will be wearing their gray uniforms and moving from your broadcast right to left. And, of course, Team British Columbia wearing those dark navy blues with the green trim. So it's going to be fun to watch this showcase game. I understand a lot of NCAA schools and Canadian schools and universities right across the country and, in fact, North America are here to see what sort of talent could come up out of this game because today is a day where these graduating grade 12s get a chance to showcase the skills they have and their talents to try and take that next step in their football career.
It's the biggest game of their career, undoubtedly. Their high school is over. They're coming into their last year. It's graduation, and where am I going to play football next year? Where am I going to get my tux? Where am I suiting up starting in September? So these kids are totally psyched up. They're ready to go. They know the scouts are here. They know all eyes are them. It's the only game going on in the country right now. Everybody wants to have a great game. Nerves are going to play a little bit of a factor. kids, some thrive under pressure, some crumble a little bit, but they're good enough to be here. So I'm expecting some outstanding football.
Lots of scouts watching, as you mentioned, Tim. We're going to hear from Ron Dias, the owner of this Border Bowl game and All-Canadian Gridiron. He's a well-known figure in the sport of football. We'll hear from him during this pregame show. We'll also get some thoughts from both sides, the head coach of Alberta and as well from British Columbia. That's coming up very shortly. The first annual ABC Border Bowl from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. And, of course, in about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll head down to the field for the introduction of the teams this afternoon. But from a scouting standpoint, what would they be looking at in a game like this?
They want to see performance. They want to see speed. They want to see execution. They want to see teamwork. They want to see guys supporting each other. I remember years ago, flipping over to hockey, one of the reasons the Vancouver Canucks went after Ryan Kessler and drafted him, because during his junior game, some player blew something. Defense let a guy in, scored a goal, cost him a goal, whatever. Kessler went over, patted him on the back, hey, don't worry about it. He showed that team support, right? Football is a team game. We saw that in the Grey Cup. Hamilton pretty much won the game had it not been for an illegal block further downfield. How does the team react to that? So if you have a player that goes to the full distance, scores a touchdown, it gets pulled back. How does each individual player react to that sort of thing? Do they give the guy a hard time, or do they go over to him and say, forget about it, it's done, let's go win? That's the little things you're going to watch on in a scout. We're looking at excellent athletes across the board. There's no issue about athleticism, speed, skill, anything. It's attitude, it's teamwork, it's approach. It's how I carry myself and will represent a school further on in my career. That's the thing, the little things that'll decide between getting drafted and getting that scholarship and getting left at home.
When we hear from Ron Dias, I'm going to ask him about to tell us a John Cornish story and also a Brent Johnson story, some CFL familiar faces closer to home here in British Columbia. Of course, John Cornish, all-star running back for the Calgary Stampeders, and Brent Johnson just recently retired from the BC Lions. Now, these are some of the guys that Ron Dias has got to go to the next step from their days in high school and in junior. These are the types of players scouts are looking for, and you can rely on a guy like Ron Dias to get that familiarity, that trust to say, hey, what is this player all about? What can he bring to the table? And when you can lean on somebody like Ron Dias, that's a pretty good figure to have in the back pocket.
It is. And you know what? It's so many athletes will tell you it was the people along the way. It's not them themselves as athletes pushing themselves. It's the people along the way that helped them out, gave them that kind of advice and leadership that helped them get to where they are today. So a gentleman like Ron, instrumental in helping these young men carry on their football careers for years to come.
We invite you to go on to social media, our social media platform, hop on to Twitter and join the conversation by using the hashtag ABC Border Bowl. Earlier this morning, I had the chance to catch up with both coaches. Let's first hear from the Alberta side and head coach Ron Laprise. All right, Ron, let's talk about what this day means for yourself and, of course, for your players.
Well, for us personally, Ron Dias and myself thought of this event, about 5 years ago out of the old pro camps. And as far as the boys, this is a great game for them to, get on a stage, to get themselves that exposure for all the high school, the university coaches, because their aspirations are to go beyond high school.
Absolutely. And this is the first annual ABC Border Bowl. Let's talk about your team, the Alberta Current Stars. Talk about the journey for your squad. Lead us back to, where we are today, but when it first all happened for you.
We wanted to, it started out with the grade 10 and 11 Rising Star team. And we realized, the parents wanted us to go with a Current Star for the grade 12s. So we started this second weekend in August. With our tryouts. We had about 60 kids show up, but we knew we needed to have another tryout, and that happened in the first weekend in September.
You guys have been in Chilliwack for a few days now, obviously traveling from Alberta. What are your impressions of the city, and what has the team been up to? You been any sightseeing and anything fun?
Well, we gave the kids, 3 hours last night for themselves. We had a curfew at 11 o'clock. As far as the city, I mean, when we got here, great big welcome. Beautiful place. The stadiums, the mountains in the background. Great place for a football game.
Tell us who are some of the players we can keep an eye out for today.
Well, I look, for Ryan Foster from AOB, Skylar Schellenberg, Cole Nelson from Lacombe, and Ty Smith and Ryan Couture from Olds. I look for them to bring some real heart and passion to the game today.
Now, because this is a showcasing game between these two teams, what sort of offense can we expect from you this afternoon?
We're going to run a spread offense with zone inside-outside reading. We're going to mix it up a little bit with a passing game, and we'll see if we can put some points on the board.
Absolutely. In a game of this magnitude for these players, obviously the future lies ahead for them to take their next step in the football career. What do you say to them before a game like today?
I say to them, go out there, have fun. You've had great coaching right through your whole career. We brought you in. We had 5 practices. We made ourselves a football team. Just go out there and do the best you can.
Tryouts for this Alberta Current Stars team, Tim, started back in August, where approximately 60 players came to the field to vie for a spot. Now, as you heard Ron say, he kind of touched on it. Later on in September, they had to hold a second tryout. About 10 to 15 players were needed for that to help accommodate the players that got wind of this Team Alberta team. So you can kind of see the first annual ABC Border Bowl game. It's a bit of a feeling out process, how they can do things better to improve continually in years to come.
It's always like that. You're always improving. It's like being an athlete. You're never satisfied with what you have right now. So, how do you get the word out more? Well, you get on Facebook, you talk to coaches, you get, and if a bunch of guys come to you and say, wait a minute, we just heard about this. Okay, let's have another tryout. What's the cost to have a tryout? Nothing. You got fields, everyone's got their equipment, they're all set up. You're always going to be, sorry, as I pot up a little bit. There we go. You can hear me now?
There you go. Just do this right here.
Oh, do that right there. Oh, yeah, okay. You're always going to be looking to improve. In the Super Bowl, it gets better every single year. I mean, imagine if we kept the Super Bowl the way it was in 1961, what it would look like today. You're always looking at ways to build and grow, and this tournament's only going to get better, and this tournament's only going to get bigger.
It is the first annual ABC Border Bowl being hosted right here in the city of Chilliwack at Exhibition Stadium. Now let's get thoughts of head coach Cole Sangera and hear what he has to say for his team, British Columbia. All right, Cole, talk about what this day means personally for yourself and obviously for the players that you'll be leading out on the field this afternoon.
Well, this is the first year I've been a part of this, and I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm just honored to be a part of this. And the kids, they're excited. They know what they need to do, and they know what's at stake, so I can't wait.
Talk about how the BC team was formed. Just bring us back to the very beginning of how it all started to form leading up to today.
Well, we started in the summer, and we started looking for players, and we did our tryouts on August 16th. And we just did our insertion camp last weekend. So it's been a long process, and we're finally here. So,
did you have a lot of interest, or was it kind of a touchy-feely sort of, let's do it this way and see what kind of opportunity we can grab out there, or was it more of a process?
It's a process. I mean, it's it's spreading the word, and and getting that interest and word of mouth, and letting them know what it's about, and it's a lot of going out there and talking to kids and telling them about the program. So that was good.
Players from all over the province of British Columbia will form today to have under Cole Sangera's watch this afternoon. Who are some of the players we can keep an eye out for?
TJ Kiriakis, also Caleb Abraham, Pedro Vasquez are a few that I think are going to bring it today, so that'll be exciting.
Now, you're obviously familiar with some of these players that will be under your watch today, but talk about, because it's a showcasing game today, for the players to show what talent and skill they may have. What sort of offense are you going to be running?
It's going to be a typical CFL offense, a lot of motion, and we're going to spread the ball and run, pass, mix it up and get all the kids involved.
Now the opportunity for these kids to take their career to the next level. For some, they'll have a decision to make. But in a game like this, going into this afternoon's match, what do you say to them?
This is a great opportunity for them. It's once in a lifetime. It's now or never. And just go out there, play your hearts out, and try to get to the next level and continue your football career. So,
Cole, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
Enjoy the afternoon and good luck.
Thank you.
And joining us now from our broadcast location here at Exhibition Stadium is Ron Dias, the owner of All Pro Camps and Border Bowls, and a national scout and figure here in the sport of football. Ron, thanks for taking some time out and joining us on our broadcast today.
Well, thank you very much. My pleasure.
This is certainly a special day here in Chilliwack. First of all, just reflect on how this game came to be, and maybe give a little background about how your involvement is in it.
Well, as a scout, one of the things that you always want to be able to do is have looking at a kid's intangibles. Tangibles, you can see a boy's 6'2", he runs a 40 and 4.4, but how does the boy react when under a duress, under difficult situations? And the only way you can do that is see him in the games. There's so many games going across the country. You've got close to 2,000 high schools playing football every Thursday and Friday and Saturdays across the country. You can't see all the games. So these types of things through the tryouts and in the actual game itself, it helps give you a better handle on a youngster and what their makeup is, so that when you give information to a university or a CJFL program, you have a much better handle on his projections as a future prospect.
You mentioned earlier when we were talking earlier down on field level that there's some NCAA schools right across the United States, and obviously Canadian universities in Canada. Who are some of these schools, and just talk a little bit about that?
Well, I'm very proud over the last 28 years, my relationships with the NCAA and CIS head coaches and their staffs across the country. I've worked exclusively with, I can tell you a little story just to make you so you know how that network works. There was a young man from Kingston, Ontario, Brent Johnson, who had a great career with the BC Lions. And Brent ended up going to Ohio State through a scholarship, and the guy that recruited him was Bill Young, who at that time was the D coordinator with the Buckeyes. And later on, he moved on to Kansas. And in the year, John Cornish from St. Thomas More in Burnaby was coming out in his graduating year. In January that year, I get a phone call from Bill Young, and because Brent had done so well, at Ohio State, we didn't have to go through the hoops. How do I evaluate a kid and all those things. I knew an NCAA prospect, and so I said to him, well, you got to call John Cornish. This boy's a heck of a football player, and of course the rest is history. He ended up at University of Kansas, and I don't even think John knows he really ended up there because of Brent Johnson's success. So it's really interesting to see those kind of correlations.
That's good. Those are great stories. Back to the football game. It's the first annual ABC Border Bowl from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. Just about a minute and a half here before we get down to field level for the team introductions. What sort of game can we expect to see today?
Well, we're going to see a really, I believe, a really competitive game. There's a great matchups. Of course, BC has a great running back in Caleb Abraham from Lord Tweedsmuir. But they've got a couple of quarterbacks, Jordan Fox, Ty Kitzman, and Josh Yansu, as well as over on the Alberta side with their Duncan Littles and Spencer Maharas and Ryan Fosters. They've really got 6 really good quarterbacks here that I think are going to light it up with an excellent group of receivers. I was very impressed watching the practices yesterday with the fronts, the front 7 on both Alberta and BC. I didn't have quite a good handle on those kids as well as before watching them as closely, and I was really impressed. So I think once the nerves kind of work out with the kids, because this is a big event as far as them, and we have universities all over country, and we whether it's Acadia, You know, Mount Allison, the St. FX, Concordia, Ottawa, Laurier, McMaster, Regina, Manitoba, Calgary, UBC, all watching the games across the country, as well as a number of schools in the United States. And they're all getting tuned into the VBN Sports Network at .com. So we're really appreciative of you guys, and we feel, without a doubt, I've been doing this in a number of games across the country. And without a doubt, you guys do as good, if not the best, online streaming of football in the country. So keep up the good work, and hopefully you can be a part of our Rising Stars, Future Stars, and those tryouts will be coming up in BC in the third week of March. And those bowl games for those age groups will be being played in Kelowna the week after the May long weekend.
Early year in 2015. We're looking forward to that, and props to the crew behind the scenes because they play an integral part in bringing you this VBN broadcast. Ron, thanks so much for taking some time out and joining us. We're going to send it down to the public address announcer, Dave Hicks, for the introductions of both Team Alberta and Team British Columbia.
Welcome to the ABC Border Bowl. Thank you for joining us today. And first up, we would like to introduce the Alberta current stars. Number 0, Tylen Smith. Number 1, Adam Rask. Number 5, Brian Morin. Number 7, Ryan Foster. Number 9, Seth Dickin. Number 10, Duncan Little. Number 11, Spencer Mara. Number 12, Austin Creasy. Number 14, Dwayne Newster. Number 15, Connor Lyons. Number 18, Randy McCaughey. Number 22, Patrick Apuzzo. Number 25, Bryce Mackey. Number 26, Julian Rivera. Number 27, Nash Coward. Number 28, Mitchell Seifert. Number 32, Brandon Summers. Number 33, Tegan Lissel. Number 34, Cole Nelson. Number 42, Tony Morelli. Number 45, Cole Jacobson. Number 51, Zachary Jones. Number 52, Colton Church. Number 54, Brody Dirk. Number 55, Rylan Kulcher. Number 56, Brock Weeb. Number 57, Alexander Walker. Number 62, Matthew Nelson. Number 64, Skylar Skellenberg. Number 65, Braden Vandermeer. Number 66, Spencer Dunn. 67, Cody Forth. Number 80, James Spencer. Number 82, Bennett Thompson. The 84, Jesse Plamondon. Number 85, Arlis Kude. Number 88, Cam Heslop. Number 92, Nick Colby. Number 93, Kava Wagatumbu. Number 96, Jesse Kalchuk. And number 97, Donovan Humpath. That is your Alberta current stars. And just a quick note, ladies and gentlemen, we are selling DVDs for this game at the front gate for $30. At the front gate, you can pick them up 30 minutes after the game. It's a great day for football out here, folks. We're just waiting the next Team BC to be ready. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Hagen Travel for getting the Alberta boys out here. Give them a big round of applause, guys. Hagen Travel. The Alberta boys had to get down here somehow, and Hagen Travel, that's who got him here, guys. So also want to thank you all that made the trip down here from Alberta. We're going to be going to the BC current stars. Come on, get it right, BC current stars. Let's give them a round of applause. Number 1, Dawson Bergervin. Number 2, Brandon Gander. Number 5, Grayson Marquardt. Number 6, Matthew Oy. Number 7, Jordan Fox. Number 9, Werner Atkinson. Number 10, Josh Yatsu. Number 11, Hunter LaRock. Number 12, Ty Kitzman. And 13, Sydney Berglund. Number 16, Thomas Hooser. Number 17, Mitchell Schultz. Number 20, Matthew Cameron. Number 22, Jericho Mendez. Number 24, Corey Armstrong. Number 26, Shadlin Bayer. Number 29, Caleb Abraham. Number 31, Aiden Zimmer. Number 33, TJ Kiriskos. Number 34, Dayton Robertson. Number 36, Tyrell Ogloff. Number 42, Tyler Ostrom. Number 44, Philip Cromwell. Number 45, Crosby Red Templeton. Number 51, Gloris Gonzalez. Number 52, Jace Harden. Number 54, Alex Pankratz. Number 55, Tyus Emberly. Number 56, Cole Wood. Number 57, Justin McLennan. Number 58, Nikola Damjanovic. Number 62, Kane Freestone Smith. Number 64, Ruben Marin. Number 68, Chris Dirksen. 69, Matthew Kelly. Number 76, Matthew Sales. Number 77, Juan Boo. Number 80, Liam Evanow. Number 81, Tice Dunnevilt. Number 82, Simon Odong. And number 85, Jordan Goin. Number 86, Joshua Alexander. Number 88, Deshaun Cooler. And number 99, Pedro Vasquez. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your BC Current Stars. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you, Nikki Meyer, for our national anthem. If I could ask you to rise and remove your hats and face forward to our flag.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command, with glowing heart.
Just about ready to go here from Exhibition Stadium here in Chilliwack, BC. Vonnie DeBartolo alongside Tim Amy, VBN Sports, bringing you this first annual ABC Bowl. This is going to be a treat for the fans.
I think it is. It's going to be absolutely outstanding. These kids are so pumped up for this game. I mean, it's not very often you have one game a season where it's the only game in the whole country, and you've got scouts everywhere. So it's absolutely imperative that these kids play well and that they give it their all and just show the scouts and everybody what they're worth.
This game will be played on the turf here at Exhibition Stadium, and it's a gorgeous day. It's not too cool, but not too warm either. Team Alberta will move from your broadcast right to left, wearing the light-colored jerseys. It is an actual lighter-colored gray. And the team British Columbia wearing those dark navy blues. Both teams wearing the bright green letters, the numbers on the back. No names, of course, sketched in on the backs of the jerseys.
And the nice thing about the jerseys, they get to keep them after the game. It's their commemorative piece. And if you notice on the BC team, they're actually Seahawks colors. Nice little touch to the West Coast. Just a little something extra. You know, Super Bowl champs just a few hours south of us. So one more little bit of memorabilia, one more thing to take away from this game for these kids to remember forever.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. This game is being broadcast on VBN Sports. Thanks so much for tuning in this afternoon. Lots of scouts paying attention to this game. And this game is a little different from what we're used to, Tim, because the rules are a bit of a mix between the NFL and obviously the CFL.
You don't want to confuse the U.S. college scouts. Why are they only stopping after 3 downs? What is he doing running back the field goal? So you want to tweak it to give give scouts an idea of what they can do, sort of both sides of the border with both sets of rules.
So teams are allowed 5 pass rushers, and that is it. And then there's no field goal returns like you had suspected.
4 downs as opposed to 3, so we've got a bit of a hybrid of the rules here, which makes it kind of interesting. I mean, the teams will they've had about 5 practices each, which, when you think about it, isn't a lot for that kind of rule change, so they're going to have to feel it out throughout the course of the game, so it might be a little bit of an odd start, but I think it'll be fine.
Again, if you missed it off the top of the show, tryouts for this Team Alberta were in the second week of August. Roughly 60 people came out. Another tryout was held in the first weekend in September, 10 to 15. And that word didn't get out quick enough. But it'll be much better next year as they've laid the cement in the foundation. So this is the first annual as they work out the kinks for that.
You know, they've worked out the kinks quite well. It takes time. It's a big tournament, and there's a lot going on there, the fans in the background. It takes time to always sort of work out kinks for these kinds of things. I mean, look at a football team. There's 22 players. There's a lot of personnel involved. So you can't do this sort of thing overnight. It takes time. It's the inaugural. There's going to be issues. You're going to work them out. And like anything else, it just builds as you go. So I wouldn't sweat the small stuff too much. We've got a great fan turnout here. We've got excellent weather. We've got some outstanding players on the field. And if you're watching, you notice all their helmets are different. That's how they get to showcase their individual community team and sort of show themselves as individuals. And it's also easier for the scouts to follow, knowing where they come from. Listen to the crowd. Love the sound of that.
I'm sure lots of people from Alberta made the trek down as well from the neighboring province.
Why wouldn't you? Your kid's playing. Come on, man.
So they have switched fields here, Tim. So I stand corrected. BC will move from your broadcast right to left on the opening kickoff here as they've set the ball on the 45. Looks like Werner Atkinson, number 9 for BC, who hails from Maple Ridge, set to kick things off. The ball's on the tee, and we are underway from Exhibition Stadium here in Chilliwack as Team Alberta with the first possession of the game. Down the left side they go through midfield, and you can hear the fans going, and a great return there from Team Alberta.
Just an absolutely great run back. He got some superb blocking on that play and just put the Jets on. But you could sort of see him, though. He was almost a little bit hesitant in his running. They've never played against each other. And, we got a player down. They've never played against each other, and so they don't know what to expect. So there's always a little bit of nerves in those opening kickoffs, but that won't take much time for these guys to put them aside.
So a man down on the field, early stoppage. We will be playing 4 15-minute quarters here in Exhibition Stadium.
And that's a tough way to start the biggest game of your career, getting nailed like that. Judging by where he's working here, I'm thinking he can maybe get the wind knocked out of him a bit. He seems to be sort of gasping for air with his head bobbing, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll have to sit out for a few plays, but he'll be back. Playing a little bit hurt and banged up is sort of what football is all about. I'm hoping the clouds move a bit. We get a nice view of the mountains around here. Really showcase what Chilliwack's all about.
Abbotsford brought up Grayson Marquardt as the man down for Team British Columbia as he's up on his own legs and off to the sidelines as we've played 11 seconds in this football game, and a great return by Team Alberta as they set up on their first drive of this football game inside BC territory on the 45. Snap is back and hustling back. Spencer Mahura has got to scramble back to recover that football, and a major loss of yards, and not the way that they wanted to start the offense, Tim.
It reminds me of a certain Super Bowl with a certain all-star quarterback by the name of Peyton Manning getting a first snap of the game right over his head. Now, you know what? That's just simple nerves. These kids, you're a bit nervous. You've had 5 practices together. You've never really played together. It's the only game you're going to play together. Little things like this are going to happen. You know what? You just got to shake it off and just keep pushing forward.
It's 2nd and 26 here for Alberta as they stay on the ground and right to midfield. A nice little tackle there by number 85 of BC. That's Jordan Goheen. It'll bring up 3rd down for Alberta.
You see the Abbotsford product right there pumping his chest. You see how hyped up he is? You make a big play like that early, it really gets your confidence going. These kids are so excited to be here right now.
Dwayne Newstater was the ball carrier on that play. It's 3rd and 26. There is a bobbled snap is recovered here by Spencer Mahura, who looks to his left, and it's a pass completion, but it's not going to be enough for the first down.
It's not even close to a first down. You still got another 10 yards to go. That bobble snap pass pushed them back even farther, so.
Brings up 4th down.
And it looks like they're going to be 45 yards. Sets up about a 55-yard field goal attempt. They're just going to punt it away.
Way too far for an upright, that's for sure here at this level.
You'd have to have a pretty good foot to get that.
Absolutely. I'm sure scouts would be, their phones would be ringing if that thing went through the uprights from this stage.
They'd be foaming at the mouth if they got it through at this stage. Sign that kid, sign that kid. And they'd be running to the fence with the offers.
There's another high snap on 4th and 10 here, and they're not going to kick it away. It's going to be carried to the right side of the field as looking for a block there and forced out of bounds is number 0, the ball carrier. That's Tylen Smith, who hails from Olds, Alberta.
And Tylen was the one that got him to the 45-yard line in the first place. So we get a flag on the play. Having trouble with the snaps. I don't know if the ball is wet or it's cold. I don't even know if they plan to do that. They may have. But yeah, our friend there, Tylen Smith, 2 carries in the game so far. He's got some major yardage. He's having a great game. I'm sure the scouts will be looking for him. And he's got a weird running style. You notice? He doesn't take big strides. He's got those short, powerful legs. But he doesn't really extend the legs that much to sort of get the strides out. So he's got those short little runs. But it works for him, so who am I to say anything?
So we have a holding call on that last play as we've played 2.5 minutes of this opening quarter here at Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack. Still awaiting the first points of the game as Alberta continues its first drive. 4th and 20 as it's punted into BC territory. And at the bottom of your screen, the ball carrier stopped at about the 30-yard line. Number 85 for BC is Jordan Goheen again.
Stands at 6'2", 175 pounds. Grew up in Abbotsford. I'm sure that's pretty exciting.
Bit of an interesting play, the run and the kick simultaneously.
Well, you got to mix it up somehow, keep things interesting. You always want to keep that defense off their toes. And you got one game to mess with their mind, so you might as well take every advantage you can, every opportunity.
So nothing doing on the opening drive for Alberta. And now a chance for Ty Kitzman from Vernon, British Columbia. First offensive chance here for Team BC as they operate with 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and they stay on the ground, and a good coverage there by Alberta.
Not bad coverage. They got some yardage. I was talking to Coach Mike Dirksen before the game. They don't like the run on the outside. Alberta's got some great DNs, and they want to avoid them, keep them bored, keep them out of the play. So expect them to just drive that ball right up the middle whenever it's on the ground. They're going to mix it up, though. They want to use their passing game. There's no wind today. It's a perfect temperature for playing football, not too hot, not too cold. So passing weather for sure.
2nd and 4 here for BC as Kitzman operates.
Nice play there. Big number 22, Patrick Apuzzo for the Alberta team, coming through that offensive line to shut that run down for a loss of yards. Look at that. Got that orange helmet, wearing it with pride.
Apuzzo from in the heart of Calgary.
Okay. He may need a scholarship with the way oil prices are plunging right now. Mom and Dad may not be able to afford tuition, so better have a good game.
I heard today that Costco is down to 96 cents. There's a shameless plug for Costco in Abbotsford.
I can't remember the last time I saw gas under $1. I remember. I mean, we're both old enough to remember when 75 cents was a lot of money. I mean,
when I started driving, gas was 29.
Yeah. Oh, I remember gas war went down to 25 cents a liter. My buddy's Honda Civic, we pulled in. He goes, "You fill up the tank, put about $20 in." I got to $12.50 and the thing filled up and stopped. I would give anything to have gas prices that low. Anyway, whatever. Nothing to do with football.
Dawson Bergevin from West Kelowna just entered the football game for Team BC from the sidelines. It's 3rd and 5 from the 37 in BC territory. Ty Kitzman as they elect to stay on the ground, and nothing doing on 3rd down yardage here for Team BC. The ball carrier, number 36, Tyrell Ogla from Maple Ridge, running into an Alberta wall again.
Well, they're both 3. It's kind of a tough call now. They're both 3 yards off from the first down. They've inched it a bit, but it looks like they're going to bring their kicking team on and boot that ball away.
Let's get everybody involved in the football game in some capacity.
Yeah, well, that, and you're too deep in your own end to risk a 3rd down with 3 yards to go. I mean, if it was 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, go for it. But get that ball deep down the field and let your defense hold them and get that field position back.
Not the best of snaps, but a great kick from Werner Atkinson. That's going to bounce out of bounds in Alberta territory, just shy of what looks to be the 42-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark the ball.
In around the 42, not a bad kick. And you saw, again, the weak snap there. That's just guys just not familiar with where they're playing and conditions, and they'll get things worked out. But so far, it's a good game. We've seen some good runs. The defenses are sticking up. They're shutting down those running games. Saw a great pass. Shaping up to be a nice game.
So 1st and 10 from the Alberta 42. As they stay on the ground, just past the 40, 50-yard line. We'll see maybe the 51.
If they didn't get a first down there, yeah, they got it. No, 1 yard shy. Great run on that play, driving it right up the middle.
So Spencer Mahura, the quarterback for Alberta, using that running game early in this football game. If you're just joining us on VBN Sports, we talked with Ron Laprise, the head coach of Alberta, and he was saying, when I asked him what kind of offense we can expect to see in this game, he certainly said the spread offense to showcase the talent of what these players can offer.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the showcase game. These are showcase bowls. You want to spread it out. You want to get everybody a chance to get on the field to show what they can do. I mean, normal game like this, you figure out what works for you. You just keep driving. But in a game like this, you really want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to get on the field and showcase their talent so they can have a crack at one of those big scholarships.
1st and 10 as Alberta gets that first down. It's the handoff to number 14, Dwayne Newstater. Couldn't quite turn that corner.
Nice bit of tackling there. They really covered that outside corner, Team BC did. And it could have been a lot worse because number 85, Josh Goheen with Abbotsford for Team BC, almost had him in the backfield. There was some slippery maneuvering there to just get back to the line of scrimmage.
7:47 and counting in the opening quarter, still awaiting the first points in this inaugural ABC Border Bowl from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. There's the pitch.
Oh!
And a great read there by number 29, Caleb Abraham, but an even better bounce off of him.
Tylen Smith just banging. It was like bumper cars. Bounced off and just kept going. Still picked up 5 yards on that play. I mean, that's amazing. This kid's got some wheels. He's got some power. He's like a freight train. Number 0.
So brings up 3rd down yardage. You'll need 5 to reset the downs here.
And they switched him out. His coach switched him out with another player. Give him a break after that hit. Holy crow.
Good solid hit there by Caleb Abraham from Surrey, British Columbia. 3rd and 5 from the 50-yard line as Alberta enters BC territory. To his right goes Spencer Mahura. And that's about all they're going to get as the pass is complete to Adam Rask from Cochrane, Alberta.
And a great tackle there by number 11, Chilliwack product, his very own Chilliwack giant, Hunter LaRocque. Read that play beautifully, wasted no time getting over there. Absolutely got out of the pocket and saw that for sure.
Great read and great quickness, Tim, by Hunter LaRocque.
Kid's got some fantastic wheels. Just a speedster.
Certainly a kid to watch out for today. Growing his game through the Chilliwack minor football system.
He's a giant.
Here's a 4th and 7 situation as Alberta will kick it into BC territory, and the kick by number 11, Spencer Mahura. It looks like he's doing it all in this football game early stages. Puts it inside the 20.
Not a bad kick. That's a good kick. Get it to the, get it right to the sideline so it bounces out of bounds. You don't want to give one of these guys a chance to run it back 25 or 30 yards. So
they've listed Spencer Mahura from Calgary as a quarterback and a wide receiver, but we can also see he can kick the ball. He's got a lot of talent. I mean, you're not in a game like this, the ABC Bowl, because you're a one-trick pony. I mean, these kids can do just about everything. Absolutely superb athletes. And it's nice to see them kicking the ball, because I remember a tournament a few weeks ago, we couldn't figure out why they weren't kicking. Turns out a certain Prince George team, no one knew how. So, yeah, they're teaching special teams properly in Alberta. It's nice to see. Ty Kitzman will stay to the ground here on 1st and 10 for BC. So we haven't seen a pass yet from the British Columbians. It's a little odd, you know. I was expecting to see a little bit more offense. You always keep it on the ground at the beginning. It's just a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to execute, not as much risk involved. But, you know, we're good 5 minutes left to go in that first quarter. You think they're going to start throwing it pretty soon. Depends on the quarterback, I suppose. They'll be showcasing a few throughout the course of this game. 2nd and 8 from the BC 24. Ty Kitzman, number 12 on your screen, the quarterback from Vernon, British Columbia. He's going to call his own number, and great pressure there as off the line come Alberta.
Just a great run, number 93. Kava, you're going to make me say it, aren't you?
Let's hear it.
Waka Tabu.
Kava Wakatabu.
From Lacombe, BC, and he's got, or pardon me, Lacombe, BC. Lacombe, Alberta. There's a few players from Lacombe. They've got those Golden Ram helmets on there. You can see them on the field right now. Obviously, they've got a superb football program out there.
So this will bring down a 3rd and 16 situation from the BC 16.
I think we need Google Maps. We can figure out where all these towns are. I know where Sherwood Park is. I know where Calgary is. Don't ask me about Lacombe.
Ty Kitzman, again, BC stays to the ground, and it's just a great read by this solid Alberta defense, Tim.
You know, and it's interesting. They're driving it up the middle. And of course, Coach Dirksen said we like it up the middle. They got the DNs are too strong. We want to pound the corners too much. But looks like Team Alberta's defense is solid right across the field there, end to end, and they're just shutting down that running game. And yeah, I'm curious about the passing. Yeah,
BC's going the wrong way early on in this football game, despite no points yet on the scoreboard.
Well, pardon me for interrupting. Both defenses are actually doing quite well because, of course, no points. No one's really gotten that close to the opposing team's end zone.
So on a 4th and 16 situation, Alberta will receive great field position here as the ball is picked up by number 12, Austin Creasy from Chestermere, Alberta, and flags all over the field here.
I'm guessing we're going to see an illegal block call on here, or maybe a no yards penalty. I always guess at these things and I'm always wrong, so I don't even know why I say anything, but anyway.
So arguably the best field position of the early afternoon here from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. Vonnie DeBartolo alongside Tim Amy here on VBN Sports. Glad to have you on board today for the inaugural ABC Border Bowl.
We got offsetting penalties here. They're pointing at both sides of the field.
Well, they're going to move the ball back. So Alberta will begin from the 44-yard line. It'll be first down from still in BC territory.
Still some pretty good field position. One good run, you're in field goal range. So Team BC needs its defense if they want to keep the zeros up on the board.
So a new quarterback here for Ron Laprice's squad, operating from the shotgun as they stay on the ground. That quarterback, number 10, is Duncan Little from Didsbury, Alberta. Big boy, 6'4", 210 pounds.
And nice handoff there to Ryan Foster, number 7 for Team Alberta. Got a few yards there. Right up the middle, but Team BC defense certainly read that and shut that run down. Only picked up about a yard or so. Interesting, he's taking it from the shotgun with all the snapping problems they've had early on. It's a little bit of a gamble.
He won't be set up in the shotgun this time, will Duncan Little, on 2nd and 9 from the BC 43. There's another handoff again and trying to bust up the middle. Good defense there from the BC wall.
And number 0 shines again. Tylen Smith picks up a few yards. Sets up a 3rd, and it looks like about 4. So not a bad little run for number 0. He's racking up the numbers right now. I'm sure the scouts are marking his number down on their score sheets early on today.
90 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. It's moved along at a fairly quick pace here from Exhibition Stadium. Teams playing on a field turf this afternoon. As Little, intended pass receiver there is number 88, Cam Heslop from Lacombe.
Again from Lacombe. You see the defense rushing in, nice little blitz formation, forcing him to let that ball go, and of course he threw it just behind him. Not even Jerry Rice could make that catch. Great effort though.
So 4th and 4 from the 38. Should mention on the BC side, as we take a look at this age groups of grade 12s, the only person that's 18 years old from West Kelowna is Tyler Ostrom. Everyone else on Team BC, 17 years of age. 4th and 4 here from the BC 38. As Alberta scrambles instead of kicking the ball, it's number 11, Spencer Mahura. And failing to pick up first down, they're going to turn the ball over.
Not a bad play when you think about it. They're deep enough in BC territory that they're not giving up field position. So why not take the chance? Why not showcase a bit of running, mix things up, keep defenses off their balance? And now BC takes over at their own 38-yard line. So
as the clock stops on exactly 60 seconds.
The referee's conferring. Oh.
So they'll have to switch sides, and the original crew's coming back on the field, Tim.
That's an interesting little maneuver.
It's a 1st and 10 situation.
That's the kind of break Alberta wants. That's the kind of break BC does not want to give up. So already that penalty puts Alberta in field goal range. So if they can't get a major on this, they can always go up for the 3 points.
So Duncan Little from the shotgun as Alberta's on the 22, the closest they've been in this football game. Here's a snap. Little. Short toss, and it is picked off by BC's number 54, Alex Pongris.
What a play. What a play. I'm looking down to my left here, and I see his mom and dad and his grandfather. Pretty excited. Alex was an absolutely superb goalie, playing major midget, and that was hot potato. Look at that.
That was almost recovered by Alberta, and it must have hit 3 or 4, maybe even 5 hands before it found its way into Pongris's mitts.
Well, so much for that penalty hurting them. What a great play. And it's just one of those games, one of those things, the ball's bobbled. Everybody's trying to get it. It's bouncing all over the place, and Pongris just happens to be there. Zeroes in on it and just smothers that ball, gets it back into. Nice play there.
So 1st and 10 for BC is the incomplete pass.
Great read by number 33, Tegan Lissel from Pincher Creek, Alberta. The corner on that play to break up that pass.
Clock winds its way down here in the opening quarter. As BC on its own 18-yard line. This will be the final play of the first quarter. As Kitzman in the shotgun steps back, looks to his right. Long pass over midfield, and that's picked off by Alberta. And back the other way goes number 32, Brandon Summers from Airdrie, Alberta. Summers all the way to the corner. And wow, what a great return that was. I don't believe he went into the end zone. It might be the 1-yard line where they're going to mark him out from. That's a great return there by number 32, Brandon Summers.
Absolutely superb. And Tice Dunfeld from Chilliwack had his back to the play. I don't think he even knew the ball had been thrown.
So it'll be a 1st and goal situation. You can hear the fans responding on that great return by Alberta.
Right on the goal line. It's got to be inches to the goal line. And Tice Dunnefeld's got to just be kicking himself. He had his back turned to the play. The ball was coming over his head. It would have hit him right in between the shoulder blades had it been any lower. Yeah, he's on the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Alberta.
Early opportunity here for the visitors to get on the board first.
And if the BC defense wants to shine, now would be a very good moment to do that.
So this time it'll be number 7, Ryan Foster, acting as the quarterback on short yardage. He's going to punch it in himself, or at least attempt to. And I don't think he crossed that plane.
No, I'm not seeing any indication from anybody that that ball went over. Players nor officials.
Ryan Foster listed at 6'3", 200 pounds from Edmonton.
That's a solid boy. Almost as big as you, Vonnie. Gets a little chuckle.
So that'll bring up second down. I may look like a grade 10 compared to some of these kids down here. I'll tell you that much.
I
in
look
terms
like
of my height.
I look like I'm in elementary school compared to some of these kids here.
So Ryan Foster will try for a second kick at the can here. Short yardage situation. Foster drives forward, and this time he gets in. It's a touchdown for Alberta as they get on the board first as Foster moves it in himself.
What did that turnover cost you? A touchdown. Wow. Made that an interception. Just turned on the Jets, got all the way to the 1-yard line, and got his team on the board. Just a great run by number 33 on that interception.
Just put his head down and used all 200 pounds to drive through that wall and make sure that football crossed the plane. And just like that, Alberta has an early 6-0 lead with the point after still to come, as getting set to kick the ball, Nash Coward from Fort Saskatchewan. The ball is set, and the kick is good through the uprights.
Not a bad boot.
So Alberta leads 7-0, a minute and 7 seconds into the second quarter.
Well, we're seeing some action. Things are starting to lighten up now. No score for the first quarter, then an interception gets it back to the 1-yard line. Just absolutely superb bit of football so far early in this game.
So 3 quarterbacks used early in this one, like we expected from the Alberta head coach Ron Laprise. And it's the third one that allows the icing in this football game. Ryan Foster from the 1-yard line breaks through, and Team Alberta has a 7-0 lead in this first annual ABC Border Bowl. We invite you to join the conversation. If you like, on the social media platform, go on Twitter and use the hashtag ABC Bowl as Alberta sets up. Ball's on the tee from the 45 as BC will face the sun in the second quarter here at Exhibition Stadium.
Makes it a little tough on those receivers. You got to block that sun out as the ball's coming right at you. The last thing you want to do is bobble it.
There's a deep kick from number 27, Nash Coward.
Takes it down to about the 30-yard line, sets his team up some half-decent field position. You're not going to get a miracle run every single time you return a kick. Didn't do too bad there.
So Tyrell Bogloff returning that ball to the 29-yard line. So that's where BC will begin its first offense of the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 29. Down 7-0.
And Jordan Fox looks to be our quarterback, number 7, hailing from Abbotsford. Got to keep it in the valley.
Fox will call his own number and scramble to his left, trying to turn that corner, and he's wrapped up and brought down to the sidelines right in front of the British Columbia bench.
A very good run. If he didn't get a first down there, he's pretty darn close. That was an excellent run. And they got the first down. Look at the speed. Look at the foot motion.
Great scramble there from Jordan Fox. So 1st and 10 from the 40 for BC. Fox relaying directions to his team. Here comes the motion. And the handoff as they go up the gut, just past the 45, maybe to the 47.
Pretty good run. A pretty good run right up the middle. Anything that you can do to get that yardage. Sets up a 2nd and about 3. So a nice 7-yard run for the second play of this drive. BC's getting their confidence. They've shaken off that turnover that cost them a touchdown. And suddenly they're moving.
Ball carried just past the 55-yard line, and the carrier there, Jericho Mendez from Coquitlam, BC. Diminutive 5'9", but he's 220 pounds.
That's a lot. That's a lot of 5'9". And look at the legs going in, just pumping. Makes it really tough to tackle when you're that small and that fast and strong. That's a tough tackle. Sets up another first down on the 55-yard line right at midfield.
Jordan Fox, the handoff again, this time all sorts of room. The ball carrier, number 29, Caleb Abraham, scrambling into Alberta territory, and a great carry there from Abraham, who hails from Surrey, BC.
And look at that, they just using that middle. They wanted to avoid the outside corner. Suddenly Alberta's defense isn't showing up. And number 29 showing some good lateral moves there to avoid a couple of tackles and just get that much more yardage.
So now the offense finding a groove in the football game here for Cole Sangera's squad.
Oh, we got an offside.
And flags on that play, that's for sure, Tim.
That was kind of blatant. A little bit blatant.
This will push BC back. It's a procedure call against the boys in blue.
Looks like number 58, Nikola Damjanovic, maybe got the jump there a little bit. Could be nerves at work there.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 from the Alberta 42. Jordan Fox, the pitch out. And a cut back to the middle, not much going there for BC.
No, the Alberta defense figured it out. They got in there early. Somebody got a handle on them, slowed them down just that half step that you needed to slow them down. The rest of the team swarmed in and make the tackle. So sets up a 2nd at about 12 or 13. BC needs a pretty good play here. They want to get any bit closer to a first down.
Approaching the 5-minute mark of this second quarter, 7-0. Alberta leads on the 1-yard touchdown punch in by Ryan Foster. Here's Fox, the number 7 counterpart, looking into the air. The intended receiver.
Oh!
It's picked off. No, it's not. Looked like it was picked up, but it ended up in the hands of Grayson Markart.
That was a dangerous play by BC. He threw that ball out there, not really knowing where it was going to land. And standing here, you look at the replay, it could have been anybody's ball. That was a dangerous play. But it worked out okay. They got very lucky on that play. Now they're close enough for a field goal at the very least.
Fox will leave. Again, number 22, Jericho Mendez, trying to get in and tripped up just shy of that goal line. Good carry again by Jericho Mendez.
You see the power on that? How far did he drag that player? Breaks through the line, charging forward. Look at that, just pushes him. Pushes number 32 for Team BC, Brandon Sumners, who's 5'11", 170, so he's got 30 pounds on him. Or 50 pounds, pardon my poor math.
So 1st and goal here for BC, and an opportunity facing Jordan Fox. Similar situation to his counterpart, number 7, earlier on. And it's a handoff, and walking in uncontested is number 29, Caleb Abraham. And BC responds after the touchdown by Alberta with one of their own. It's a 7-6 football game with a point after convert still to come.
What a great drive by Team BC. They got a lucky break there on that pass. They were lucky it wasn't intercepted. And it's nice to see for BC's standpoint that they're able to execute and get that ball in for the major. Good plays, not a lot of passing, a lot of running on that. And Coach Dirksen called it. Avoid those DNs on the corners and keep yourself centered right up the middle.
Holding the ball. And the kick by Werner Atkinson from Maple Ridge is good.
Nice kick, got it right to the fence.
Good strong kick through the uprights. So with 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining here in the opening half at Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium, Tim, we have a 7-7 game.
We've got a great game on hand. This has been a superb game. We're seeing some offense show up here. We've had some great runs, a couple of good passes, some interceptions. This is turning out to be a pretty entertaining football game, and all the fans who came in from all across BC and Alberta are certainly getting their money's worth. It's nice Chilliwack could host. We don't get to see a lot of games at the community level and high school level here in Exhibition Stadium. Exhibition Field, pardon me.
Well, they've done a good job with the renovations. Since the last time that I called the game from here, the turf field has come in and coverage under both benches on the sidelines opposite of our booth. So great job by the city of Chilliwack as Alberta sets to receive the ball, and it skips past at about the 15-yard line, and having to pick up that ball, number 0 on your screen. That's Tylen Smith, had to scramble back to recover the pigskin.
The pride of Olds, Alberta did not get a miracle run back on that play. Ball skidded past him. Took a funny bounce. Just wasn't ready for it. I'm willing to bet if you asked him right now, he's probably had his eyes on the D-man coming towards him and not quite on the ball enough. That's why he got past him. But
Mitchell Schultz from Prince George, BC, with the tackle there on Tylen Smith. So 1st and 10, Alberta from its own 22-yard line.
Given all the way from Prince George, you want to get at least one play in this game.
Not as cold, that's for sure, down here when you're coming from up north. As they stay to the ground, nothing much doing on that play.
Nice little play, the handoff. They had it set up. A little bit of time in the pocket. They weren't too rushed, but they still got a few yards out of it. So picked up about 2 yards on that play, so not bad. Well, the weather's cleared up. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day, especially right on the field. Few clouds out. Just perfect football weather.
The ball's just shy of the 25-yard line as the handoff there by Ryan Foster. And solid defense, as you mentioned, in this game by both teams. Not much penetration up the middle.
No, they're really holding their own. Really holding their own. Once again, they went back to Tylen Smith. He's having a great game, but I'm wondering if BC hasn't scouted him, adjusted their game plan a bit, and figured out how to shut him down.
Third and 5 from the Alberta 27-yard line. A throw to the right. The intended pass receiver, number 80, is James Spencer from Irikana.
A nice executed play there. Just enough for the first down.
James Spencer, Tim, look at this, 5'6", $130.
That's not very big.
Reels in that football at the bottom of your screen there, as he's watched there by Corey Armstrong from Chilliwack, BC.
At 5'8", 165, so two rather shorter players matching up nicely against one another.
So first down yardage here for Alberta with just over 6 minutes remaining in the first half. As they stay on the ground again. And like we've seen so often in this opening half, Tim, a great defensive wall there by the British Columbian defense.
They're stacking it up. They're ready. They're almost had that play read before the ball was even snapped. They knew exactly where they wanted to be. Still, Alberta picks up about 2-3 yards on that play, so Any distance you can march that ball up the field, you take it.
Second and 7 from the 39. A fake handoff. Ryan Foster calls his own number. Strong right throw is almost picked off there at the top of your screen. It was in and out of the hands of number 85, Jordan Goheen.
Oh, I bet you Mr. Goheen wish he could have that play back. He got his hands up there, but I think the receiver may have gotten to his back. Made it a little bit difficult to reel that ball in. Yeah, he didn't quite have possession of it when the receiver suddenly played quarterback and made sure that interception didn't happen.
Just over 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Ryan Foster looking to his left and overthrew the ball there.
Looks like number 80 was the intended receiver. He may have gotten tripped up. James Spencer of Irricana, Alberta. He was a little bit behind the play on that. And it looks like Team Alberta is going to have to bring their kicking team out here.
Well, we'll see what they play here on 4th and 7.
If you're going to be sneaky, you're taking a chance this far in your own end. No.
Just shy of his own 30s, number 11. That's Spencer Mahura with a kick, and it's a good one that bounces right in front of the BC sidelines.
Gets it past the halfway mark to about the 50 or so yard line, 45 perhaps. Not a bad kick. That's a pretty good kick. Just get the ball out of your own end and push that team back and start relying on your defense.
4 minutes and 31 seconds left here. Second quarter action from Exhibition Field in Chilliwack. Coming up at halftime, we invite you to stick around for an interview with Shell Sangera. She is the president-elect of the VCFL, and Dave Hicks, our public address announcer, will have that interview for you. There's nothing doing on that.
Team Alberta's defense really shown on that play. That was just a superb look. Just stuffed him.
Number 45 there, Cole Jacobson from Olds, with a few words there for the BC offense as he quickly got off that line. It's 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 9. They're going to see a 1-yard gain for BC on that one from the 43 with 3:53 remaining. Scrambling to his right, now slipping right at the 30-yard line, and a loss of downs. Number 7, Jordan Fox, couldn't quite get that footing as he quickly scrambled to his right and then had to pivot on one motion and just fell to the ground there.
Blew a tire deep in his backfield. A 10-yard loss, 20-yard loss for BC. They need a big play if they want to get a first down and avoid the kick.
So they're going to say 3rd and 21 from the BC 31. Jordan Fox from the shotgun looking to his right, looking for an option pass, and the pass is complete there. Number 2, Brandon Gandire, the Chilliwack product.
Gandire, a superb athlete, a really good football player, but not much he could have done on that play. He made the reception, they got it up to 10 yards, but it's still 4th and 10, so BC forced to kick that ball away.
Probably was hoping to be able to catch that ball in his motion and continue to the left side of the field, but he had to spin there right around midfield. So that'll bring up 4th and 12 from the BC 40 with 2:52 and counting here in the second quarter.
A little too much distance to take a gamble on 4th down with that one. So,
ball bounces at the 46-yard line. Picked up by number 84, Jesse Plamondon from Westlock, Alberta.
And he brought down about the 49-yard line. Some good D there.
That kick from number 9, Werner Atkinson from BC territory as Alberta recovers and gets it back to just shy of the 51, it looks like.
I guess with motion going backwards.
We're told Wayne Price is going to be doing the interview now with Shell Sangera, not Dave Hicks.
You're in for a treat. You haven't seen a Wayne Price interview. You haven't lived, in my opinion.
From the right, Spencer Mahura's long and strong throw, and it's a complete pass to the BC 25. And number 1 reeling it in there is Adam Rask from Cochrane, Alberta. What a strong throw there from Spencer Mahura.
And a great catch at 6'3", 180. Rask certainly has the reach to pull down a pass like that. Just great bit of football there. Alberta's getting some big plays when they need to and getting it into that offensive zone. They're not wasting any time. And they've got some good quarterbacks with some good arms, and better yet, some receivers can pull it down. Oh, bobble play there.
Good recovery there by Mahura to jump on that football.
Just maintain possession in a play like that. Just limit the damage, jump on it, and wait for the whistle.
Just over a 25-yard pass completion there by Spencer Mahura to the right flank.
2 minutes left to go. We've got Alberta in BC territory. It's borderlining on a field goal, so they wind down that clock. They can't punch it through for the major. They can certainly get themselves another 3 points, or at least attempt to, heading into the locker room with a half.
Spencer Mahura looking to his left in the shotgun, looking to the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Fantastic.
Number 14, the pass completion. That's Dwayne Newstater.
5'10", 175 from Olds, Alberta was wide open in that end zone. Absolutely no one around him.
Yeah, he got NBC that.
Look at this, and what a
BC
great
secondary,
throw.
that's for sure. And Mahura is certainly showcasing that arm in this football game.
And it looked like Team BC was maybe going for a zone defense because you saw 2 receivers there with 1 cornerback. It just didn't work out for them, but Alberta, another 6 points on, and here's the no good.
No, Nash Coward is wide right, shaking his head after that one. So the score now reads Alberta 13 and BC 7 as the extra point convert fails for the Albertans.
Let's hope that extra point convert miss doesn't come back to burn the Team Alberta later on down the game. You don't think 1 point accounts to much until you're in the dying seconds of the game and you're down by a point. So I'm wondering if somebody didn't deflect that. Get a hand on it. Still, they got the major. They got 6 points. A couple of great passing plays.
Nash Coward will set the ball on the tee from the 45 as BC will have a $1:36 to work with on the clock before halftime.
And Alberta looking pretty pumped up right now. They're playing a great game. This is a good football game. These kids are really turning it on.
Short kick there from Coward is picked up at the BC 46 and brought across the 50 and maybe at the 51 or 52. We'll see where they officially mark the ball on that return.
You're just shy of half field. You got a minute 32, tons of time to score. A couple of good runs, a couple of good passing plays, and you're in the end zone. So Team BC should be feeling pretty good about where they're placing that ball right now for this set of downs.
Jericho Mendez, number 22, with that return from BC.
Name like Jericho, you think he was born in Kitsilano, Jericho Beach. That's my really bad joke for the day.
First and 10, BC scrambling to his right. Jordan Fox has to carry it now across center and into Alberta territory as he steps out of bounds. Great run there by Fox as he didn't have an option play there and decided to hold the ball and carried himself to the right flank.
Kid's got some good wheels, man. Look at the legs on him. He picked up some really good yardage. Suddenly they're in Alberta territory. Like I was saying, a couple of good runs, a couple of good passes. And suddenly you're in the end zone. And BC just got themselves that much closer Sorry, Al Michaels is in town here. He keeps distracting me. He's always asking me for pointers. Here we go. I tell him to
I
leave me
love it.
alone.
I love it, Tim. Minute 23 here. Fox's handoff as BC will stay to the ground and just shy of the 25-yard line. The ball carrier, number 22, Jericho Mendez, one more time, having a heck of a game on the ground.
Suddenly, where's all the defense gone? We were talking about the defense in the first part of the game. Now we're seeing some fantastic offense. Alberta just had a superb drive for the major, and BC is countering beautifully. And number 7 for BC, Mr. Jordan Fox, is certainly showcasing his talent on this drive.
Good pushback here from BC as Alberta opened the scoring, and BC came right back on the next drive to tie the game. And they're going to be asked to do it one more time, but nothing doing on that play. There's good tackle by number 42 and company. 42 there for Alberta, Tony Morelli from Red Deer.
That's a loss of yards on that play. The defense knew what they were doing.
Caleb Abraham, the ball carrier on that last play, as we're inside the final minute of this opening half here from Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack. Glad to have you on board our VBN Sportscast here. Vonnie DeBartolo alongside Tim Amy and the VBN crew. And as the sun went in behind the clouds now, so you can kind of start to feel the coolness as the evening is just ahead of us now.
The coolness. It's not freezing cold. It's just a little bit cool. So I think everyone's pretty happy. You got a lot of kids out there in bare arms. And head coach Mike Dirksen for Team BC out talking to his boys, getting them settled down. You got 30 seconds left to go. Clock ticking. You need a major. You really want to score on this drive heading into the locker room. That builds a lot of confidence coming into the second half. Doesn't matter if it's a field goal. It doesn't matter if it's a touchdown. As long as you get some points on the board, the dying seconds, you're in good shape.
So they reset the clock because there was a timeout called on the field.
You got a minute left, just shy of a minute left to go.
We'll see what BC can do here. They're trailing 13-7. Jordan Fox looking, has to scramble to his right. There's a flag down on the field. He's going to carry the ball himself. He's got a lane down the right flank, and Fox carries it in for the touchdown.
Nice. We saw that flag. Right now, Team BC's got their fingers crossed that it's going against Alberta. Otherwise, that touchdown's on its way back.
I think it may be coming back.
No.
It is. It's good. Early indications from the booth here saying that it was going to come back, but then they've waved it off, so that Fox run stands. So we've seen BC come back twice in this opening half after Alberta had punched it in for a couple of touchdowns.
Turning into a bit of a rubber match. Everyone likes a lot of scoring.
Werner Atkinson now set for the point after. This will give BC the lead, holding the ball. Number 36.
It's good.
Tyrell Ogloff.
So you want to talk about the difference a point makes? Look how big that missed extra point convert attempt was by Alberta. Now they're down by a point going into the second half. But still a very tight game, a lot of football left to be played. And both teams absolutely having superb afternoons here.
So pretty good opening half here from Exhibition Stadium. 46 seconds left is what we read on the clock here.
Which on a kickoff, as we saw in the Grey Cup, barring an illegal block, can get you a touchdown.
Still felt bad for Hamilton on that last
I felt
play.
really bad for Hamilton. You don't see grown men cry that often, but I do not blame that man for...
Good run by Brandon Banks, too.
Oof. That's a superb run. Second that flag went down, my heart just broke.
There's a worm burner there by the BC kicker, Werner Atkinson.
You want to keep that ball nice and low, get those funny bounces. They don't have time to set up. A nice big aerial catch gives the defenses and the running backs and the special teams room to find a space. to run that back. So you keep it nice and low so they have to act quickly and don't have time to set up and they can't run back. So nice little strategic kick there by Team BC.
So Alberta with a chance to try and do some damage here before halftime. Spencer Mahura, all sorts of time, now has to scramble with some pressure on him, and a nice little feed as he dishes off there to Tylen Smith.
He was under double coverage. It looks like he was about to get sacked, and he still managed to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on that play. So some very astute reading by the offense on that blitz.
TJ Kiriakos from Prince George barreling down on him, as was Alex Pongris from Abbotsford.
Alex, a nice kid, an outstanding goalie. I know his parents, Steve and Marilyn, here in attendance, hopping down the highway. A lovely family. Pleasure to know them.
Again, stick around at halftime. Interview Wayne Price, the Wayne Price from VBN Sports,
Makes us
with
look,
Shell Sangera.
Makes us look like amateurs, Vonnie, whenever he gets the mic. Man's incredible. He's my idol. Taught me everything I know. Al Michaels likes to take credit for my abilities, but no. Al's got nothing on Wayne. Get some conferring going on the field here.
So we'll pass on all of our hellos to those watching on our VBN broadcast this afternoon. Lots of scouts tuning in from across North America as these kids showcasing their talent, these grade 12s. The final football game in 2014 here in Canada. As moving to his left, the ball carrier, number 88, Cam Heslop.
And a great tackle by number 11, Chilliwack's Hunter LaRock. At 5'9", 158, he's not a big kid, but he's got some wheels. And it just shows that it's the heart that gets you the tackle, not the size. Just a beautiful tackle there. Be nice to see a local Chilliwack boy get some big scholarship anywhere across North America. Continue their football careers. It is kind of weird with the 4 downs because you got the 55-yard line, which of course is CFL rules, but then you get the four down rule, which is NFL. It's kind of an odd hybrid between the two.
Officials conferring here at midfield as the clock winds its way down. It's winded its way down and then it's rewound itself
back up.
It's rebounding up and down. So we'll see when it's officially going to end here. The opening half is.
And for those of you watching online, we are a sophisticated operation, but not so sophisticated that the on-field officials can relay what's going on to those working the time clock, because it's the on-field officials that have the official time. So that's why things get a little wound and rewound.
Spencer Mahura, good strong throw over the middle, and the intended receiver there was number 12, Austin Creasy.
Bit of a hit there after the ball hit the ground. BC's lucky they weren't called on a flag on that one. Bit of a bump in the shoulder.
Bit too far ahead, maybe 4 or 5 yards ahead there.
Yeah, you're not going to make that play. I don't care how long your arms are. You'd have to be made out of plastic, out of rubber to catch that ball. .23 seconds left. Lots of time to punch it through the uprights.
I'm taking this clock with a grain of salt now. Mahura looking to his left, pass complete, just shy of the 50.
Well, looks like
as reeling it in there, number 82, Bennett Thompson.
That's enough for the first down.
So now they're in the hurry-up offense mode. Mahura again in the shotgun, stands at the 55. Strong throw, a quick one to his right. And the intended receiver there, number 1, Adam Rask, incomplete.
Good job by number 13, Signe Berglund from Maple Ridge to get between the ball and the receiver. He's the reason that ball wasn't caught. That was a beautifully thrown pass. Berglund just gets the one hand up there and just swats that right out of the air. Good D. Good D by the corner on that one.
So we'll see how many plays Alberta can get in here. We may be able to get a field goal attempt despite where they are right now. They're going to have to get a lot closer as Mahura steps back as he's in the shotgun. Again, another strong throw, and this time it's about 6 or 7 yards ahead of the intended receiver. The closest to that, number 82, Bennett Thompson from Airdrie, Alberta.
And at 6'4", 185, Mr. Thompson's got some legs, but he just couldn't get it going. That was a well-thrown ball, but just way too far. And they're looking for the big play. I mean, there's only a few seconds down. You're only down by a point. You're at midfield. You want that big play, just get it close enough to get a field goal, go up by 2 points.
So no timeouts remaining for Alberta. As moving to his right, Spencer Mahura flags all over the field here as the pass is complete. And it's down just inside the BC 20-yard line, but we're going to see what these flags result in, Tim.
I think I saw a block from the back. If you watch it when he was scrambling, right off the snap here, he starts scrambling right there. Brings down number 54.
So that'll end the opening quarter, or the opening half, I should say. Both teams are going to make their way to the dressing rooms on that last play, and BC is going to have a 1-point lead at halftime.
A great half by these Alberta and BC All-Stars. This is shaping up to be one heck of a football game. I'm looking forward to the second half.
We'll come back with a first half summary after we send it to Wayne Price, who's standing by with president-elect of the VCFL. That's Shell Sangera. On our coverage here, VBN Sports from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. At halftime, the score, it's BC 14 and Alberta 13. We'll be back in just a moment. Wayne Price and Shell Sangera standing by.
Well, hello, everybody. It's Wayne Price here with VBN Sports. I'm here with Michelle Sangera, the Vice President of the BCFL, or the VCFL. Also, you're the coordinator of the BC Border Bowls. Welcome. Tell us about being the coordinator for the BC Border Bowl.
It's a wonderful experience to get kids from Alberta and kids from BC, all-star players, together to battle it out in bordering provinces. It's a great event every year. We do the younger kids in the spring and the graduating players. This is the first ever, and we'll take it year after year for them.
Well, I hear this goes all across Canada. What's coming up in the new year? There's some coming up in January and May.
We will be doing tryouts over spring break for the kids who are in grade 6 all the way to the kids in grade 11. So we have a 6 and 7 team, which is called the Young Stars. And we have an 8 and 9 team, which is called the BC Future Stars. And the 10 and 11s, which are the Rising Stars.
Wow. And having this out here in BC, what has it brought to BC, having this? It's kind of prestigious. Everybody's in the stands here. It's a good crowd.
You know
on
what?
the
It's a great experience because it is the last football game in Canada. And we've got great weather here today. The crowd is buzzing. It's cheering. This game is, going back and forth. It's a dogfight. You couldn't have asked for a better day. It is a great experience. It's a good for any player's football journey.
Yeah. And the journey of getting this put together. Tell us a little bit about that. I know it's been a tough one on you to try to get it done. What does it take to put something like this together?
I do have that vice president hat for the VCFL. So it's a lot of volunteer work, and it's great. I'm busy, constantly busy. So, it's going from coordinating events, speaking with people, recruiting, and finding the kids, and the tryouts, and getting the exposure, the promotions. It's an ongoing, everyday volunteer job. But like I said, after tomorrow, I'm just going to take a 2-week break and just get some relaxation.
Yeah, you've done a wonderful job, and we got a couple more people here to interview. So I want to thank you for doing the hard work that you do, because it's all about the kids, and
Absolutely.
the kids out here have just enjoyed themselves immensely. It's a beautiful country to come to. The BC boys know that, but the Alberta boys, I know the parents have been kind of going, wow, this is quite the stadium, the mountains and everything.
Oh, God, beautiful setting.
I'm not sure if they can see it. Yeah, they probably, anybody online can see it right now.
Oh, yeah, it's just beautiful. We couldn't have asked for a better day.
Yeah. So thanks very much. Continue on. I know you got a busy still an afternoon to finish off.
I do, and I just have to say
Yep.
a good shout out to two of my beloved coaches out in Alberta, Coach Vinny and Coach Cam. We'll miss you here today, guys. Love you.
Oh, they love that. Okay. We'll be right back. We're going to be interviewing Todd Graham with the Kamloops Broncos. And here we are back with Todd Graham. He's a line coach for the Kamloops Broncos. And I've seen your team in action. You've got a good team. You got a great place to play out of Kamloops there. How was your season this year?
Well, this is my first year with the team.
Okay.
I just stepped on here, but they were third in the province last year. They were 6-4. They got some up and coming kids that can play ball, and we're here today looking for some more.
Okay, and let's talk about that. The Border Bowl coming to BC, I guess that's a big one for you, because now you're seeing firsthand what other schools have to offer.
Yep, definitely.
So tell us about that. What are you looking for here?
Well, I'm obviously the line coach, like you said, and I'm here looking for some linemen. I mean, obviously, if there's other talent, we'll scout that as well. But I'm here specifically looking for kids to be able to step in and play some line for us.
And what have you seen today so far? It's been a great game.
Yeah, it's been a good game. I've seen a few kids that I really like that I'll be contacting, definitely.
Okay, so that's a part of it, because I know with this game we have a lot of viewers. A lot of them are university scouts that are also looking.
Yep.
What's your you got a break now for the BCCFA? That's part of what the Broncos are part of?
Yeah, we're BCGFL.
Yeah, sorry, got that wrong. So what's next year going to look like? You're stepping into your new position. What are you feeling about for next year?
Well, depending on how our recruiting goes, is really. I mean, we got some good kids coming back. We're going to be, decently equipped that way. But like I said earlier, I'm here looking for some new talent.
Yeah.
We want some kids that can play ball and step in and help us, get to the next level of where we sit.
Yeah, and we got all these university scouts looking, so they better not be taking.
Well, let's hope that they find somebody else.
Yeah. Well, that's great. How are you enjoying your day, and how's the game so far,
It's
in
good.
your opinion?
No, I'm having a great time here.
Yeah.
It's, I like the idea. I like the concept of this.
Yeah, I hope to see more out here, and I know they go across Canada, but this has been great having this here, and especially the last game of the season, and it's been good, and we're very glad that you made it down and took part in it.
Cool.
So thanks a lot, Todd.
Thank you.
All right, we're back. This is our last interview for the halftime. I'm with Shane Beatty, the head coach of the Okanagan Suns. You got a good program up there in Kelowna. I've witnessed your team, and they've been really good, and you've been awesome as a coach. I've always watched you on the sideline. Sometimes I think you're going to have a heart attack half the time.
So do my sisters.
Yeah. So how was your season this year?
It's nice to see what the kids did and where we came from, and to win the conference was really nice. But we didn't finish in the championship game there, and obviously we were 2 minutes away from moving on to the national finals. But we have something to build on, and the kids are a really good group of kids in, and we have established a family there, and we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Today with the Border Bowl here today, what are you seeing? You seeing some good stuff?
Yeah, I see the kids come out here and compete.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about it. They're getting an opportunity to show what they have, and for a lot of these kids, they're looking to just continue the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And to see the Abrahams and the kids like that out here busting their butts, it's nice.
Yeah. Are you looking for anything particular yourself here? Are you kind of shopping around?
Looking for a diamond in the rough. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can come here and find 3 or 4 kids that you really like and give them an opportunity to come out to camp and showcase their talent, then we've done a good job and they've done a good job. So I've known Ron Diaz for years, and I used him when we were at Iowa State. I used him when I was in Reedley College in California, and we were fortunate enough to get some kids from him. And hopefully these situations here help these kids branch out and just get an opportunity for a set of eyes to watch them and like us. And there's 4 or 5 kids here that we'd like to bring up to camp.
Well, it has been a great day so far. We got 14-13 for the home team BC, and it's been quite the battle. I'm pretty impressed, and what a great place to hold it.
Oh, my Lord, isn't it not?
Oh, yeah, look at
the
the mountain.
scenery is beautiful. When we played up here against Chilliwack
Yeah.
or Valley Huskers, and just to look around and see the mountains, it was a nice clear day. It's beautiful. You can't beat it.
It's hard to be a coach because sometimes you can get lost at the beauty. Either. Coach.
No doubt.
Yeah, come back to reality here. So what's the Okanagan Suns? What's on the agenda for next year? What do you think is going to happen? Are you feeling good with your what you got, your team now, and what you're going to be getting in the future?
Yeah, I said when I first took the job, I said my goal there was to bring that program back to when the days of Lawrence Nagy and the championship days, and I really believe we can compete for a championship next year. Obviously, Langley and VI might have something to say about that, but we feel really good about the organization and the program as a whole, and we feel we have a real good chance of winning the championship.
There's a lot of kids probably watching this because they got a big interest in the Border Bowl, the ones that didn't make it. But there's a lot of kids out there. What do you got to say to those kids that are out there that are looking to make a career and at this level? And what would you have to say to them?
Live every day to the fullest, but at the same time, get in the weight room, eat properly, take care of your body, and right now we're in the weight room 4 days a week as a program, and our kids are in there trying to establish some goals and to set some goals and gain that weight that they need for the next year. But for these young kids, take care of every opportunity you have to showcase your talent, and we're going to be out through Alberta in February as a program, and looking for some of these kids, and hopefully we can go there and meet them. And obviously these BC kids are going to get plenty of opportunities, I hope.
Yeah, and there's a big mental part to this too. It's not only just the physical. It's really hunking down and doing some studying. And
well, in the off season, that's your time to take care of all your needs, and the physical needs, the mental needs. We meet a lot as a program in Kelowna, and we train with the kids, we run with the kids, so get them going and establish that bond. But for these young men, they need to learn the game of football too.
Well, Shane, I appreciate you coming down and being part of this. I know you got a great program out there. I wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you next year as you come down to see the Valley Huskers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Talk to you later.
Care.
And we'll be back. Sorry about that. We'll be back in about 3 minutes and some change with the second half. If you've been watching, it's been a great first half. And I'm Wayne Price with VBN Sports, and Vonnie DeBarlo and Tim Amy will be back in about 3 minutes. So the ones online, enjoy the mountains on your screen there, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Just about set to go here in the second half from Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack. Vonnie DeBartolo and Tim Amy back with you. A 14-13 BC lead in the opening half as we get to the first half summary with Tim.
It helps if you pot up, doesn't it? People can hear what you're saying. We opened our scoring at 13:50 in the clock with a run-in by Ryan Foster, number 7 for Alberta. Quarterback called his own number and pushed that in after a great interception that got the ball to the 1-yard line. Jordan Fox countered for BC, number 22 with a handoff and a 2-yard run. Countered by number 14 for Alberta, Dwayne Newstarter, and about a 20-yard pass. And then Jordan Fox ran in his own number. Just a fantastic run there.
You just saw it at the bottom of your screen there as we recap the first half highlights there.
And so far it's been just a fantastic game. We've seen some great defense, some absolutely superb sacks, some great passes, some touchdowns. And it's a 14-13 game as Alberta would fail to convert the extra point on that second touchdown. So BC with that slim 1-point lead to lead themselves here in the second half.
So BC will receive the ball to begin the second half of play here.
And the sun's still up. Not too cold, not too hot.
Lights have turned on now here at Exhibition Stadium.
Just a gorgeous evening.
And here we go as Nash Coward with a short kick is going to be reeled in there by number 55, Tyus Emberley of Langley, BC, at about the 50-yard line inside his own territory. You can see the direction there by number 12, Austin Creasy, as he turns and faces his team before every kickoff. And then Nash Coward, that time was a short kick. Probably not what he wanted to do, Tim.
Didn't look like he had his foot placed in the proper spot. Maybe off balance, but kind of shanked it. Opening kickoff, you want to boot that thing right down the field and let your defense swarm in. So BC starts off their own 49-yard line. Some great field position. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, and this is Josh Yansu, number 10, the quarterback for BC. Yansu will leave there for Thomas Huser.
Huser, the Chilliwack product, plays for the Chilliwack Giants here in town. Just a great athlete, a ton of athleticism. Can really be a game changer when given the opportunity. Yansu, no slouch himself.
Josh Yansu hails from Delta.
Not a big kid, 5'10", 170, 17-year-old. But I've seen him play in a few games against the Giants for South Delta and can really turn it on when he wants to.
Yansu the toss in the backfield, and it's carried one more time by Thomas Huser. Into Alberta territory, he rumbles in. And it's not quite going to be enough for a first down, so it'll be third down, and they're about 4 yards away from moving the chains downfield again.
Well, you got the 4-down rule, so it gives them that one more chance to punch it through. They only need a few yards, and they could probably do it the way they're running it right now. BC with a lot of confidence coming into the second half.
Yansu with some late directions here, motion in the field, and they stay up the middle and tripped up and falling at about the 45-yard line as BC continues this second half opening drive. And they've moved the chains and reset the downs. It's 1st and 10 from the 46.
And that was a nice little run there, and Alberta's lucky they got a handle on his jersey. And I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Number 36, there he is. Tyler Orgeloff from Maple Ridge. The crazy-looking football pants he's got on. I'm not sure if those are camo or disco, but they seem to be working for him. So.
Well, here he is again, Tyrell Ogloff. And this time the defense for Alberta stands tall
BC keeping it on the ground early. We saw in the beginning of the game, they like the middle. They don't want to try anything fancy and run it on the outside. They got way too much respect for those DNs on the Alberta side. There's no point in risking a loss of yardage. So we'll just keep hammering it up the middle whenever it's on the ground. I suspect they're going to start airing it out any minute now.
2nd and 6 from the Alberta 42. Joss Yansu, number 10, quarterback for BC. A handoff again. It's to Ogloff. Near side of your screen, rumbles down and falls at the 30-yard line.
Nice run there.
Tackled by number 32, Brandon Summers of Alberta.
Look at that. He got some absolutely superb yardage on there, just bouncing off the defenders. Took about 4 guys to finally bring him down, or 3. Just some great yardage as they march their way into Alberta territory. And they're already approaching field goal range with 11:18 left to go in the quarter.
BC up by a single point, 14-13, and a good opening drive here to begin the second half of this football game. Yansu looks to his left. That's a scramble now. Pressure on him. Yansu delivers a short ball. The intended receiver there.
Number 81, Tice Donefeld, the Chilliwack product with big long arms. It looks like Yansu was kind of rushed on the play. He just couldn't get his footing. He had to jump out of the pocket there and just threw it sort of off his opposite foot. Couldn't get enough English on it to hit him in the numbers. So, but that's why they give you more than one down in this game. So
it's 2nd and 10 from the Alberta 30. There's the I formation. Yansu. Toss for Tyrell Ogloff. Runs down the right flank. A hop, skip, and a jump as they continue to move the chains.
They're loving Ogloff in that backfield right now. That's about the 3rd play. He's got some superb wheels and some great speed. He's making use of it, getting them their yardage. Look how close they're at the 20-yard line now. BC, just the offense of both teams have really stepped it up since that first opening quarter.
First and 10 BC from the Alberta 20. Joss Yansu. Handoff again. Tyrell Ogloff, and this time he's going to be ripped down to the turf. Not much gain there from number 36 of BC.
Barely got to the line of scrimmage on that play. Their defense decided to step it up and shut her down. Brought that nice tight blitz right up the middle and just ended it before it even started.
So it'll be a 2nd down situation here for BC as they're knocking on the Alberta door again. The first annual ABC Border Bowl from Chilliwack, BC. Vonnie DeBartolo alongside Tim Amy, the VBN broadcast crew, bringing you this action here. Yansu looks to his right, and just a little high, the intended receiver there, number 82.
Nice little run there, doing what they can to make it happen. The ball sort of bobbled. We've seen it a couple of times in this game. You get those bobbled balls, suddenly it belongs to anybody. They simply just couldn't bring it down.
And I don't have an 82 down on my
roster?
BC roster, and I'm not getting it from the one that was handed to us just moments before the game started, so I'm not sure if there was a jersey switch or anything at halftime.
We should stop the game and find out.
Nonetheless, it's a 3rd and 7 situation for BC, and nothing going there as they elect to stay on the turf.
And I think at 4 and 7, they're probably going to bring in the field goal. I think they'd be kind of crazy not to go for that 3 points.
Werner Atkinson's trotting on the field, as is Tyrell Ogloff. Quick breather on the sidelines, and right back on the field he comes. So it is a situation here that Cole Sangera, the head coach of Team BC, will have to make here.
I think it'd be crazy not to go for a field goal on this. 4th and about 7 or 8. It's a bit of a gamble that deep in your own end. But it looks like they're going for it. No, they got to. No, they're going to go for this. They're going to take.
Absolutely, they're going to go for it. Absolutely. This will be a 25-yard attempt, and it's good.
Great play.
Werner Atkinson from Maple Ridge, BC, puts up 3 points, so the score, it's now BC 17 and Alberta 13.
Smart move on the field goal. You're up by 4 points now, which means Alberta's got to score a touchdown if they want to get the lead. They can't tie it up with the field goal. And there's that missed convert, that 1 point that they missed in that second touchdown that's come back to haunt them. Could be the decider in this game. Appreciate the fact that it's early. But every point counts in an important game like this. And that wasn't a pretty field goal, but it got the job done.
So a good start to the second half here for the boys in blue, the hosts from BC.
They left the field on a solid note, being up 1 point. They're the last team to score in the first half, and they come up. They're the first team to score in the second half. Built a lot of confidence.
Scrambling down the left side, here comes Dwayne Newstater in behind BC all the way down to the touch zone area. And into the zone he comes, brings it down to the house. Second touchdown of the game for number 14, Dwayne Newstater. And what a pushback that was from Alberta. Just like that, they've regained the lead.
What do I say? They needed a touchdown now in order to take the lead because the field goal wasn't going to do it. Bang out. They run her back. What a great run. Just own that sideline. No one was going to touch him. Just fantastic running. And BC's defense has fell apart on that play, and it cost them a major. Now they got to get that extra point because they're only up by 2.
Nash Coward with the extra point, and it's good.
There you
so
go.
It's 20-17. And Alberta, just like that, after a great drive by BC, comes back on the touchdown return there, the second touchdown of the game by number 14, Dwayne Newstater from Olds, Alberta.
And we're starting to see some offense in this game. 20-17. We're only in the third quarter. Absolute superb game.
Want to send some shout-outs right now to those watching online here on VBN Sports from the University of Calgary, University of Regina, Concordia in Montreal, Mount Allison in New Brunswick, Whitworth University in Spokane, Washington, Carleton University in Ottawa, St. Francis University in Nova Scotia, Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo, Ontario, McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, and Edmonton Huskies junior program.
And in attendance so far, we have the Okanagan Suns head coach, the Langley Rams head coach, GBC Thunderbirds assistant coach. Simon Fraser will be attending to support the boys. They cannot hand out awards or be recognized against NCAA rules. Not sure what that means. It was on the script, so I read it, people.
Those are the latter there that Tim mentioned in attendance.
So we got some good talent on the field and some talent watchers in the stands.
So NCAA rules, Tim, I'll let you know right now, Simon Fraser University is that, so it does go against the Canadian rules here, and we won't divulge too much into that, but nonetheless, we have a football game here, and it's a good one from Exhibition Stadium.
Nice little kick return by Jericho Mendez of Coquitlam, our 5'9", 220-pound spark plug. Like trying to stop a small tank as he goes barreling into that defense.
Well, these young student athletes getting a chance to pursue their dreams as they continue to try and grow their game. Some will take the next step in their career, and launch into either a Canadian university or an NCAA university somewhere in North America, and some playing in this game. This may be their final football game ever. You just don't know.
How exciting would that be?
February 3rd is the date for the letter of intent for kids to commit to schools, either in Canada or the United States, as a toss there and a pass completion there for Dawson Bergevin of West Kelowna.
Fumble recovery. Looks like it's Alberta.
Yes, it is.
They stripped that ball right out of his hands. Our diminutive number 84, Jesse Plamondon, 5'10", 150 pounds from Westlock, Alberta, forced that turnover. Wow.
Great play there by Plamondon.
I'm an ex-Montrealer, so we pronounce that Plamondon, but I think it's Plamondon for Alberta.
Yes, that's right.
Now, there are some pockets of French Canadians in Alberta, but we'll just stick with Plamondon for now.
And you can see both sides. You may be able to hear it, not see it, but here in the stands, both sides, the Alberta fans and the BC fans having a jostle back and forth as the teams exchanging leads here in the second half, early stages. 7 minutes, 37 seconds remaining here in the third quarter in a 20-17 Alberta lead as they stay on the ground.
And Alberta with the only major so far in this half. Now they just forced a turnover. They're getting some momentum. BC needs some big defense here to shut things down and get that ball and the momentum back in their corner. But I was just saying, how exciting would it be? Come to a game like this, have a great game, and they get approached by a scout afterwards saying, hey, kid, I like your number. I'm going to contact you and your parents in the next few months or weeks, get things finalized. I mean, how exciting would that be?
That's what this game's all about. The first annual showcase. Duncan Little's pass to the left is completed and scampering just shy of the 30-yard line, maybe at the 29. We'll see where they officially mark it.
And the BC secondary just letting themselves down there. James Spencer, number 80, 5'6", 130 pounds from Irricana, Alberta. Great reception. The BC secondary just not showing up on that play. Wide open, giving them way too much room.
Good strong throw there by Duncan Little as well, as Alberta continues to move the chains further into BC territory. It's 1st and 10 from the BC 31. Duncan Little in the shotgun. All sorts of time, and another pass completion, stepping out of bounds for Alberta, number 88. That's Cam Heslop from Lacombe, Alberta.
And again, the secondary for BC giving Alberta way too much space and time. And that pass never should have been complete. There was a cornerback right there.
Number 29 for BC, that's Caleb Abraham, trying to get a hand on that pass from Duncan Little. And Heslop does get the reception.
You can feel the momentum going Alberta's way on this third quarter.
It's 2nd and 1 from the BC 22 as Little will stay to the ground here. There's a flag on the play, as they do have the first down yardage and more, but we'll see what this flag results in.
I didn't quite see an infraction, and normally when I guess at these things, I'm way off. So let's just leave it to the officials.
We talked about the rules off the top of the show. It's a 4-down situation here. There's 5 pass rushers only. You can't return a field goal, but we should also mention there were only 2 timeouts in the first half, but you're allowed 3 here in the second half.
And that's a holding call against Alberta, so they'll move that ball back 5 yards.
So it is a first down situation for Alberta on the 25-yard line.
Repeat first down, I guess.
Duncan Little holds, looks to his right, and another completed pass to number 82. That's Bennett Thompson, bottom of your screen.
A completed pass, but a good read by number 17 for Team Alberta, Mitchell Schultz, because they got absolutely 0 yardage on that play.
It's Team BC, you meant.
Team BC, pardon me. Thank you.
I was going to say good tackle there and a good read by Mitchell Schultz there as he came in quickly and got down the lower half of the body and just dragged him down to the turf.
More importantly, he pushed the ball back about 2 yards, so we're setting up a 2nd and 12. Second.
Duncan Little looks to his right, and wide open there, number 1 is Adam Rask, and steps out of bounds there as they're right around the 15-yard line, BC territory.
And the secondary, once again, leaving guys wide open. They looked like they were going for a zone. There were 4 guys standing around and a receiver wide open. That secondary really needs to tighten things up. I mean, Alberta is just marching its way up the field. They got a 3-point lead, and BC's not careful. It's going to be even wider.
Little from the shotgun. 1st and 10. Ball on the 13 as Alberta resets the downs. Little looks to his right. Strong throw to the end zone. And it's a touchdown.
Again,
Bennett Thompson, number 82 for Alberta, has opened up a 26-17 lead for the boys in gray. The extra convert point still to come. But Alberta finding the end zone on back-to-back possessions in the second half.
and you just saw the secondary for BC totally let it down. Wide open in the end zone. I mean, if I'm Alberta, I'm not going to run the ball at all for the rest of the game. They're giving way too much time in the field. Just pass it.
And the point after by number 27, Nash Coward, is good. So it is a 10-point Alberta lead now. It's a two-possession game. And a great answer back here from Alberta after BC had extended its lead. Just seemed like a few moments ago, Tim, it was 17-13. And just like that, it's now 27-17 for Alberta with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the third quarter from Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack.
BC needs to get the momentum back if they want to win this game. Alberta's got it all right now. They're storming ahead. And they've gotten two majors in this quarter alone. They really need to step things up if they want to get even close. They barely touched the ball in the half. Alberta's just controlling this game. It's about possession and wearing down the clock.
This is Tylen Smith now setting the football on the tee from the 45. And Smith with a good kick that'll be at about the 25-yard line at the BC end of things and scrambling up to just past the 40-yard line.
Nice little run back by number 16, Thomas Hoosier, your Chilliwack product. Guy's got some fantastic wheels. You want to tackle him early and often because once he gets that momentum going, he's tough to bring down.
Brought down from behind there as he was tracked down by Arliss Guild. So 1st and 10, BC will operate from the 42-yard line. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Beautiful night. Mount Cheyenne, you can see the golden sunshine.
Joss Yansu, lateral pass directly to his right, all sorts of room. Here comes number 81, Tice Dunaville, down the right flank. Dunaville trying to get to the end zone. Dunaville does. Touchdown, BC.
Tice Dunafeld with some absolutely superb wheels. He's a tall, gangly kid, really long legs. If you give Tice room, Tice will take it, and he proved that there.
What a run there by Tice Dunaville as he turned on the jets as he scrambled out to that right flank. And he had visions of the Red House, and he certainly brought it there.
Absolutely superb. What a run. Those big, long legs, those long strides. Lots of speed. That's exactly what BC had to do to get their head and their game back into this game.
Good pushback by the boys in blue. The point after is good by Werner Atkinson. So BC comes alive after back-to-back touchdowns by Alberta, and they once again trail by just 3 points.
And again, they're only a field goal away from tying this game up. We've got a heck of a football game going here. Don't go away, folks. This one's far from over.
What have you liked so far about this game?
I like the scoring. You know, it's not a blowout. No one's dominating. It's a bit of a rubber match, touchdown for touchdown for the most part. And
Referees just apologized. Tim referee just came to the sidelines. I believe one of his whistles went, so he's asking for someone to bring a whistle here, so we may have a bit of a delay as he tries to get one.
You can't do a football game with a blown whistle, my friend. There we go.
Yeah, I interrupted your thought.
No, it's just it's been a good game. There's lots of scoring. No one's really dominating so far. There's been some good defense, some good interceptions, some great receiving, some great passing, some great runs.
And for those who aren't here at Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack, it'd be great to see if we can get a camera shot of just the mountains in the background. Because you mentioned it, it's a gorgeous scene here from Exhibition Stadium as Jordan Fox kicks the ball Alberta territory, just shy of the 35. And the ball carrier there for Alberta is number 1, Adam Rask.
Especially for our friends watching from Alberta, just to get a nice pan view shot of Chilliwack with the Cascade Mountain Range surrounding us here. Snow-capped peaks, just breathtaking. There we go. Oh, look at that.
You can't quite, the light just doesn't do justice, though.
We appreciate our friends in Alberta and the foothills have some pretty nice views, too. So, mind you, we're 100 kilometers from the ocean, so we do have that.
But we got people all the way across the country in North America who aren't really adapt to seeing mountains in the background, so it's quite the scenery for them, that's for sure.
It is.
1st and 10 here for Alberta, as they have a 3-point lead in this football game, and a carry up the gut there by
number 26.
Might have been 28, Mitchell Seaford, actually.
You have to forgive us. The numbers kind of blend into the uniforms on the top there, so it's a little bit tough to read that. It looked like it was 26. Julian Rivera from Edmonton. 5'8", 183, good solid kid.
The numbers certainly stand out better on those blue uniforms than the gray ones,
They
don't
certainly
do. Duncan Little, a handoff as they stay up the middle.
Look at that. Those short, powerful legs. Good luck bringing that guy down. Low center of gravity, just pumping the thighs. Exactly the way his coach has told him to. Never stop moving till you're on the ground.
That's Patrick Capuzzo. Just over a couple of minutes left in this third quarter. As the fans getting into it here at Exhibition Stadium. Alberta moving into BC territory with a 3-point lead here. Duncan Little relaying information to his team.
Keeping it on the ground.
It's a handoff again. Number 1, Adam Rask. Stop short there. Good read by the BC defense.
Number 34, Dayton Robertson of Mission. Got up there right in the middle and shut that drive down. A one-man army. And if you aren't here, you're missing out because the fries at the concession are absolutely superb. Cooked to perfection. I saw a couple of fans with a basket of fries there. That's why I made me think of it.
2nd and 6 from the 42. Duncan Little in the shotgun. Pass completed. Just
nice.
Around the 35-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it. Probably the 34.
And it looks like it's enough for a first down. Just those short little passes just past that first down marker is all you need. Doesn't have to be any prettier than that. And again, the
Spencer Mahura, the receiving end there on the pass by Duncan Little.
Again, the BC secondary giving Alberta all sorts of time and all sorts of space.
We're inside the final minute of play here in the third quarter. 27-24, Alberta leads. They've moved the chains downfield again. 1st and 10. Duncan Little spins and goes to his right, and the intended receiver there was Adam Rask. And that is incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That pass just a little bit too low for the shoestring catch for our number 1, Adam Rask, who's had a pretty good game so far today. BC defense needs to step it up. Alberta's just getting way too close to the end zone. They're about to extend that lead. BC's not careful.
Duncan Little looks to his right, now goes up the gut, long throw, looking for the end zone. It's going to be picked off. Number 11, Hunter LaRocque's going to bring it back the other way, and he's going to step out of bounds on the sideline right in front of the Alberta bench. Hunter LaRocque.
Absolutely amazing read. Ball was overthrown considerably. We do have a flag on the play. We'll see how it's marked.
Eyes to the sky for Hunter LaRocque as he saw visions of a return downfield.
He saw visions of a scholarship ending up in the mail is what he saw. Just a great read. The ball was overthrown, and he positioned himself perfectly, and suddenly that zone defense on the secondary came into fruition as he runs that ball back.
That pass was intended for Spencer Mahura, but it was well overthrown by Duncan Little.
The penalty was against BC, but they'll keep possession of the ball. I think it happened well after the interception was made. So they'll mark it back a few yards. But still, you broke up the drive, you broke up the momentum. You did your job. And BC in the huddle now as they plan their march up the field. And they want to shut that 3-point gap down and regain the lead in this game with just 7 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Possibly the final play here, the third quarter, as they begin on their own 14-yard line. Joss Yansu, number 10, looking to his right, and a miscue there from Yansu. Not sure if an Alberta player got a hand on that ball as his arm was coming forward. We'll see the replay here.
I'm guessing that would be marked as an incomplete pass. So you saw a BC player recover that ball there, but I think it's going to go back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 55, Ryland Couture from Olds, Alberta was there. I'm not sure if he tried pulling him down at the same time. Nonetheless, it was the final play of the third quarter, so Alberta with a 27-24 lead. Quick recap of that third quarter scoring summary.
We've had a great second half. We got the first touchdown by number 14, Dwayne Newstater, on a run-in, followed by Bennett Thompson, number 82, with a great reception, and then an absolutely superb run by Tice Dunefeld, about a 40-yard or so run on the reception. The Chilliwack product going in for the major to close the gap and get it back to 3 points, a 3-point lead for Alberta. So we're having a lot of offense in that second half, picking up where we were in the first half and getting a really exciting football game. What do you like about this game?
The spread offense. I mean, you can really, both coaches are allowing their skilled players to really show their skill, and that's exactly what the showcase game is all about. A lot of room on the field to operate from. The defense on both teams has been good, and they've executed some pretty good plays.
They certainly have. You tend to see in championship games, there's a short little run there. You tend to see in championship games going to the old standbys, your top running back, your top receiver, time and time again. What's nice about a game like this is they are spreading it out. Everybody's having a chance. It just makes more exciting football.
And it's good for the fans, too, because they've kept it real close. It's a 3-point game here as we enter the final quarter of the football match.
Especially for all those fans from outside of the South Coast who came all the way down here to watch this. It's good entertainment for their traveling dollar.
3rd and 8 here for BC from their own 15-yard line. Joss Yansu operating, number 10 for BC. Yansu scrambles back, now spins to his left. Pressure's on. Yansu's trying to get to the left flank and is going to run out of bounds in front of his own bench.
Can't tell if he got the first down there or not. Doesn't look like it. It's 4th, but it'll be 4th and about 3 or 4. But Mr. Yansu is a good athlete. Looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, though. They're way too deep in their own end to take a chance on 4th and long.
We'll see what Cole Sangera does here as both teams making some changes.
mixing things up a bit.
So Alberta set to receive the ball.
Got their secondary right around the 50-yard line.
Number 84, Jesse Plamondon is back.
Oh,
and
look
grabbed
out,
the ball.
look out.
There is a flag down on the play. Plamondon is down too as that ball skipped past him.
I'm guessing they didn't give him the 5 yards. What the flag is for. They bobbled that ball, so I'm not sure what the ruling pardon me. You'll see it. I don't know if he touched that ball. So if the no yardage play, but it looks like BC has recovered. There you go.
So a great play there by BC from deep in their own zone. And
that kind of break is what BC was looking for. Because again, at this point, as we enter the fourth quarter, it's all about momentum and owning that clock. And the longer you hold on to the ball, the more you own the clock, the better your chances are to score.
That ball hopped past Austin Creasy and then squeaked by Jesse Plamondon before finding the hands of a BC player.
That pigskin gets pretty greasy and these cold and kind of damp tonight. And it makes for a very slippery ball.
So 1st and 10 here for BC. As in at quarterback number 13 is Sidney Berglund from Maple Ridge. So he'll get fourth quarter duties now for Cool Sangera.
Not a bad little run there. Picked up a few yards. Nothing crazy. But again, you want to keep that ball on the ground. You want to get close enough for a touchdown and eat up as much clock time as you possibly can. There's about 12:40 left on the clock, which is a lot of time. But you run that clock down more and more and more. Makes it that much tougher for the other team to come back.
Sidney Plamondon, 2nd and 6 from the 48. Plamondon, quick look to his right, pass complete. It's number 11, Hunter LaRock.
Look at that. What a great second effort by LaRock. Got his arm up there in number 96, Jesse
Excuse me, it's number 81, Tice Dunveld. Not number 11. I thought it was number 11, but it's Dunveld.
Tice, the good Dutch boy, pushing off Kowalchuk, the Ukrainian. Got a battle of European standards here on the field. It's almost like a soccer game for crying out loud. World Cup.
So Sidney Berglund to Tice Dunveld. Moving the chains, 1st and 10 at the Alberta 28. Pass is a little high, but it's reeled in there by Dawson Bergevin, number 1 of BC. Lateral pass there from Sidney Berglund.
A little bit behind the play. Hung on to it, but just not enough to get any yardage. Actually lost a few yards there, so the irony on that nice catch was he probably better off just letting it hit the ground. Would have saved them 2 yards, but you're not thinking about that in the heat of the moment.
So 2nd and 12 from the 30. 4 minutes expired in this fourth quarter. 27-24, Alberta leads. Sidney Berglund, and whistles going here.
Right off the snaps, I'm guessing it's an offside.
Flag at the bottom of your screen. Yeah, the BC offense was well ahead of the line of scrimmage, so that'll bring it back. It'll be 2nd and 17 now from the 35.
Need a good play. You want to get at least into field goal range, get as many points on that scoreboard as you possibly can. But BC getting some momentum here. They've got some confidence. They did great on that turnover. And they're marching into Alberta territory. Offense doing its job.
Sidney Berglund looks to his right. And it's a throw that may be picked off, and no, it's not.
Very close.
Very close there. as it was almost picked off there by number 12, Austin Creasy of Alberta.
And the boy from Chestermere at 6'2", 175 was about a fingertip and a half from intercepting that ball.
I think Berglund felt the pressure there and probably had slightly more time than he initially thought he had himself.
Well, they brought the blitz in. I bet you saw a swarm of bodies coming and a man open. Just couldn't get enough English on it to get that ball to the guy you wanted. And a holding call against BC is going to push that marker that much further back. So it's second and about 30.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty. So BC going backwards on this drive.
Crowd's getting into it, though. One good play, you're right back in it.
Berglund is a handoff. Bottom of your screen, number 29 of BC's Caleb Abraham.
And number 12, Austin Creasy from Chestermere. Missed out on that interception, but he was there for that tackle, bringing him down about the 40-yard line. And BC's going to have to punt this ball away if they're not careful. A good time for the Alberta defense to really step it up. Robbing the momentum.
So third and a whole lot of yards to go here for BC, 22 to be exact, just to get the first down. Sidney Berglund looking to his left down the middle, and it's going to be picked off.
Wow.
The intended receiver there, I believe, was number 81, Tice Dunveld, but it's picked off. Berglund's picked off in Alberta territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the boys in gray with 9:26 to go on the fourth quarter clock, and it's a 27-24 Alberta lead.
And Christmas came early for number 32, Brandon Summers from Airdrie, Alberta, on that play. He turned around, saw that ball coming right at him, and made no mistake intercepting that pass. And that's a big play for Alberta because it kills a BC drive. Well, we got an injured player.
Yeah, timeout on the field, injury timeout, and hopping on his own accord, it looks like it's Ty Kitzman of BC, number 12.
Shaking off that right leg. But that interception just revokes any momentum that BC was building. And now the clock is working in Alberta's favor with a 3-point lead, 9:26 left to go in the game. And you can easily eat up 9 minutes on a clock driving from your own 20-yard line towards the field. Look for Alberta to keep this ball on the ground a bit.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. And at quarterback, number 7, Ryan Foster's back in for Ron Laprice's squad.
And a nice little run there by number 28, Mitchell Seifert, Sherwood Park, Alberta, right just outside of Edmonton, if I'm not mistaken. Picks up about 6 yards on that play. More importantly, ate up about 30 seconds on that clock. And that's what Alberta wants to do right now. Eat up as much time and get as close to that end zone as they possibly can. Get whatever points they can take.
2nd and 4 as they elect to stay on the ground, and nothing much doing on that possession.
I wouldn't be so sure. It looks like they may have gotten pretty close to a first down on that one.
Looks like it's going to be a first down.
Bingo. Exactly what Alberta wants to do. I said it was 9:40 on the clock. I look back, it's 8:22. A minute is a lifetime in this kind of fourth quarter action. Here comes the BC fans. You can probably hear them chanting defense.
Foster, quick outlet pass to his right. It's complete.
Picked up about 9 yards on that play.
Number 14 is Dwayne Newstater.
He's already got 2 touchdowns in this game. Scouts will be looking at him, contacting his parents in the not too distant future if he keeps up playing like the way he is. Nice cold December night. Good 4 or 5 degrees. Open sky.
Ryan Foster, nice pass to the left side as he got out of trouble there and finds the receiver, number 82. It's Bennett Thompson. Good little work there by number 7, Ryan Foster, to dash in and out of some trouble there. Some pressure by the BC defense.
Thompson with a nice recovery there. He could have been down. Just dodged that one tackle. Stayed on his legs. Got just a few more yards. Now they're on the 49-yard line. And we are under 7 minutes left to go. Just watch Alberta as they eat up that clock. Every chance they get.
They'll stay to the ground here. And it's another pretty decent gain as number 27, Nash Coward, this time the ball carriers. They punch it into BC territory. Maybe a 5-6 yard gain at the most. It'll be second and likely maybe 3 if they give him that.
Looks like about one of those 3.5 situations.
Yeah, they're going to meet in the middle, I guess.
Temperature's dropping. It's getting a little cool, but it must feel like Hawaii for some of these Alberta players.
There's Coward again on the ground as he rumbles up for a first down and more, as he's just shy of the 45 in BC territory.
5'11", 210 pounds from Fort Saskatchewan. He's a big, strong kid. And these Alberta boys are getting pumped up. You can see, you can feel the confidence as they just march up that field. I don't know, that BC defense certainly looked a little tired, if you ask me.
They've been on the field for quite some time here in the fourth quarter. Alberta's feeling it right now with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth. They're up by a field goal, and they're looking to extend that lead as they stay on the ground. And here's the run to the bottom of your screen, and brought down at about the 36, maybe the 35. We'll see where they officially mark it. It looks to be number 26, Julian Rivera.
Just shy of the first down. No, I stand corrected. That is a first down.
Okay, so our angle is not quite what it seems to be from here, as it's our vantage point is at about the 48-yard line in Alberta territory right now, so it's pushing into BC territory, that's for sure. On 2nd and 1 from the 36, they mark it at. Foster, they'll stay on the ground again. Same duel, number 26, Julian Rivera.
And BC's defense just bleeding like a sieve right now. They're just allowing Alberta to just push it right up the middle. If I was Coach Dirksen, I would call a timeout. Settle his boys down, give them a chance to breathe.
Well, that would be Cole Sangara that has to do that.
Cole Sangara. I stand corrected. I believe Mr. Dirksen is the defensive coach.
That's Mike Dirksen. His kid Chris is in the game, I believe.
He is head coach of the Chilliwack Midget Giant team.
Change there. Chris Dirksen wearing number 68 for BC. Foster fakes the handoff. He's going to have it. Bottom of your screen. Foster running to the sideline. It is tripped up there by Dawson Bergevin of BC. As this drive is continuing here for Alberta, late stages of this fourth quarter.
And that West Kelowna product, Mr. Bergevin, pretty much saved a touchdown on that, because Alberta had everybody fooled on that fake.
Nice little drive put together here by number 7, Ryan Foster of Alberta.
He had everybody going in the opposite direction. Bergevin was the only person standing in his way, and BC should be thanking him for making that tackle. Otherwise, he's in the end zone.
Foster's handoff as they stay to the ground, but they've run into a trio of BC tacklers there, including number 33, TJ Kyriakos.
And Alberta needs a touchdown on this. They're up by 3 points. A field goal only puts them up by 6. And that goes back to that missed extra point in this first half. That means a BC touchdown with a convert wins them the game. Should have come to that. So Alberta looking for the major on this play.
Second and 10 from the 22. Foster's handoff, bottom of your screen. Look at the wheels here.
Oh!
And the ball pops loose, and
Wow.
BC's recovered it. What a play here by the boys in blue, as Alberta was knocking on the door to maybe try and push this game a little further out of reach for BC, and then just like that, the turnover of the pigskin, and BC has an opportunity here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go on the clock to bring it all the way back downfield.
And that ball just popped right out. Number 42 for BC came in for the tacker, Tyler Ulstrom with West Kelowna. Got a shoulder in there and popped that ball right out. There's an Alberta parent right in front of us, and his reaction said it all. Pulled off his ball cap, grabbed his head, and just spun away in frustration. That could be a game changer right there. There's less than 3 minutes left to go on the clock.
Unfortunate break there for Ryan Foster, because he was putting together a pretty good drive for Alberta.
He was putting together an absolutely superb drive. But the defense stepped up there. That's a loss of yards for BC. Alberta, they're pumped. Their defense is rested. This is where Alberta has a bit of an advantage. Their offense is controlled most of this half. So Alberta's defense is nice and rested. And you see all the boys from Lacombe out there with their green and gold Ram helmets.
Jordan Fox is back in a quarterback for BC on a second down situation, and nothing doing there as they try and stay on the turf, Tim. And that Alberta defense, you said it, they're feeling it.
It's zero going on for the offense right now. Alberta got a huge break on that fumble, and they need to get a good drive here to at least get it out of their own end.
3rd and 14 as they lost a yard on that last play.
Ball's on the 7-yard line.
Lots of work to do here for BC with just over 2 minutes to go in the football game, and they need at least a field goal to tie it. They're a long ways away from that. Fox scrambling to his right and has to step out of bounds. He didn't have an option to throw it.
He certainly didn't. What's going to happen here, unless they do something big on 3rd down, they're going to be forced to punt, and they're not going to kick it quite that far, which means Alberta's going to take over in BC territory, and I'm willing to bet there'll be just under 2 minutes left to go on the clock. They'll keep the ball on the ground and just get close enough to get any kind of points and eat as much as they can. Yeah, it's 4th and about 13.
Well, they're going to say 4th and 11 on the clock.
4th.
And I don't believe they're going to kick it away, Tim. I think they're going for it here.
It's a gutsy play.
We'll see. We'll see what unfolds here as a timeout is called on the field.
Channel their inner Doug Flutie. Go for the Hail Mary. You want a nice long pass to get that ball out of your zone. Anything.
It's a BC timeout that's called.
You need to strategize. You need to figure out what you're going to do. How are you going to play this? Your running game has not done much on this drive. I'm guessing they're going to go for the pass. A nice little 20-yard pass will do you on this play, just to keep the ball in your possession. The clock is winding down, but they'll reset it in a minute. There you go, 2:03.
That was the timeout clock.
That was the timeout clock, correct.
So 4th and 11 from the BC 10.
Gutsy play.
From the shotgun, here's Jordan Fox. Low snap. Fox looking. Now he has to scramble to his left. Fox has to hurry, and he's tripped up, and Alberta's going to take it over on downs.
And that could be the ball game right there.
He needed to get rid of the football, but all sorts of coverage where Fox wanted to throw it, and you got to tip your hat to this Alberta team. They've had a heck of a 4th quarter here.
Absolutely superb, and that was just amazing all-out coverage. They had nothing for a running game. They were deep in the secondary. The receivers from BC had nowhere to go. With $1:56 left to go and a 3-point lead, Alberta is in complete control of this game. And you can see the kids on the Alberta bench right there. All smiles and camaraderie. Things looking a little bit more tense for the Alberta side.
Ryan Foster stays on the ground here. So we'll see what sort of drive he can execute. This is just a little ahead of where they turned the ball over on the last possession, did Team Alberta. Stick around following our broadcast, as we'll hear once again from Ron Dias about 5 minutes following the final whistle. So you and I will take it until then, have a full game recap, and get some final thoughts before we send it down to field level with Ron Dias.
And there's a timeout called on the play here. Both teams need to figure out where they want to go from here. Alberta, I suspect, is going to keep this ball on the ground and then explode with a pass.
Final timeout of this game for BC.
Another few seconds go in the timeout. Alberta wants to keep the ball on the ground. Hang on to it. A field goal puts them up by 6, but they're going to want 7 points. 6 points lead just allows BC to come back with a miracle finish.
Following the game, we'll send a shout out to the schools that are watching this game online, and a shout out to those in attendance as Foster hands off.
That was very close. It looks like
another BC
turnover.
Recovered it. Wow.
That ball just popped right out. It looks like he didn't have it. We'll see in the replay a second from now. He just didn't have a handle on it on the handoff. It looks like the handoff was a little bit high.
Looks like we got an injury here. An Alberta player down. We'll get to that momentarily.
Just popped right out.
And the ball carrier there, number 28, Mitchell Seifert.
Somebody got a little bit banged up on that play.
Yeah, we can't quite tell the number from our vantage point. See if we can get a camera angle on him from here.
But again, it's deep in BC territory. There's a minute 48 left to go. And judging by that last drive, Alberta's going to have to do it. Yeah, they're carrying him off. He's hurt.
Looks like number 88, that's Cam Heslop.
He's a warrior. Well, for all those watching online here on VBNSports.com, you're being treated to one heck of a football game. This is just really entertaining. Everybody's getting a hand on the ball. They're spreading out the defense. There's tons of scoring, some good defensive plays. Just superb. And this is all-star football right here. Nobody's dominating. Alberta certainly has the edge, but there's it's not a blowout by any stretch of the imagination.
We've certainly been treated to a football game, and I believe Alberta may have called the timeout now. Yes, they have.
Yeah. Not a bad strategy. They're up by 3.
So because it's a 27-24 game, you've got quite a post-game summary to do.
Tons of
scoring.
Trying
to recap what we've seen in this football game in a 2-minute nutshell. Mike, I might give you 3 minutes after the game.
Okay, you might give me 3?
We need to cover 5, and then we have to give time to send some shout-outs to our schools and scouts listening in. And again, we pass on our hellos to the fans listening in as well on VBN Sports.
And number 14, Dwayne Newstart of Olds, Alberta, providing most of the half the touchdowns for Alberta. Here we go. BC's got the ball. They're on their own 3-yard line.
They got to do something here.
This needs to happen.
Jordan Fox scrambling to his right. Fox, the ball carrier, lowers the head and lowers the boom as he tries to gain a few more yards. It does get the first down and a little bit more.
Gets to the 25-yard line. That's a great bit of running by Jordan Fox there. Exactly what BC needed to do. Get it off their goal line. Get the snap out of their end zone and get some momentum going and get that ball further up the field. We got $1:38 and counting. That was a really heads-up play by Jordan Fox, some superb running.
Fox will operate here. It's a hurry-up offense from the shotgun. Fox dashing to his left. Fox throws downfield, wide open. It's a complete pass.
Brilliant.
Just shy of the 45, maybe the 44 as BC enters Alberta territory, and they've given themselves a chance in this football game now.
That was a great reception.
What a pass there by Jordan Fox.
Looks like Deshaun Coular, number 88, if I'm reading his jersey correctly. Seeing the replay here. A little bit tough to tell, but whoever caught that ball really caught that ball. Yeah,
yes,
there we
it
go,
was.
88.
Number 88, Deshaun Coular.
Superb play. Just exactly what BC needed. Whoa!
Fox dropped the football, and it looks to be recovered by BC. Close call there, as Fox had to scramble up and momentarily drop the ball, but was recovered by a teammate.
Lost about a yard on the play, but it could have been a lot worse.
Remember, BC has run out of timeouts here in this football game now. 63 seconds remaining in it, and they need at least a field goal to send this in extra time.
And if you're watching from the States, basically what happens is every time the clock stops with each play when you're in 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Fox, a handoff. Ball carrier scrambles back near side, and he's going to lose a whole bunch of yards there. Is number 29, Caleb Abraham.
Deep in the backfield, he just had no room. The Alberta defense absolutely set up a wall. He tried to cut back, do a little Marcus Allen. Couldn't pull it off. They lost about 6 yards on that play. 11 yards, pardon me.
So it's a third down situation here. Fox scrambles, looking for any option, can't find it. And he's going to carry it himself, and about the 41-yard line, there is a flag down.
It could have been an illegal block. As he was scrambling, an Alberta player broke through the offensive line. There he's number 9. You see the number 57 got his hand on his back. That could have done it. For the penalty, that is. Let's see what happens.
Take this time to thank the VBN crew members, Robbie Snooks, the director, and the man in charge in the truck there alongside Joe Bjorgi. Kyle James is on replay. Jerome Laverne on camera, as is Lauren Rempel and Tara Pauls. And, of course, Wayne Bjorgi and Wayne Price, the producers here on VBN. My name is Vonnie DeBartolo alongside Tim Amy, as we are in for a treat here in the last half minute of this football game.
And they're marking as a 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line after those penalties were conferred. 30 seconds left to go. BC down by 3. They need a touchdown to win this game. This is exciting football.
1st and 10. Fox scrambles. He's got himself deep in a pocket. He's got to get rid of the football, and he does. He overthrew his intended receiver. And the intended receiver was number 2, Brandon Gandire.
But at the same time, Alberta's defense did its job because they took another 9 seconds off the clock, making it that much tighter for BC to win this game. And they brought that blitz and just swarmed him in that backfield. He had nothing to do. He's lucky he didn't get sacked.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from the Alberta 45. 21 seconds remaining. This is it for BC. They'll have to do some damage on the next couple of attempts here to try and get into at least field goal range. Fox scrambles to his left, pressure's on, now he's got to reverse it. Bottom of your screen, looking downfield, the throw to the sidelines is incomplete, and he's wasted about 10 seconds off the clock. It brings up third down.
And there's that blitz defense from Alberta just getting into that backfield. It's crunch time, and they're bringing lots of bodies early and often. Look at this. Look at that. All white. All white. Number 57 having to dodge out of the way of his quarterback so he doesn't bang into him just to make a block. If I'm BC, I'm just sending my receivers to the end zone, and I'm airing it out. You got 10 seconds.
All hands on deck here for BC on a 3rd and 10 situation from the 45. Here's Jordan Fox, steps back in the pocket, now has to scramble, has some room. Fox is going to carry it himself. Fox to the left flank is going to be met up by all sorts of Alberta players and is going to be brought down just shy of the 35-yard line.
And that's it. Alberta takes it.
Time's expired, and it's an unfortunate break there for BC as they were getting close to field goal range, but time was the enemy, and it's the Albertans that have captured victory in the first annual ABC Border Bowl here from Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium.
And the Alberta story really did happen in this fourth quarter. They brought a lot of points, touchdowns by Dwayne Newstatter from Olds, and then Bennett Thompson, number 82, with a great reception from Airdrie, Alberta, 6'4", and all arms and legs. And then the defense just took over, and BC could not get anything going.
So we'll get to a full game recap, and then we're going to head down to Ron Dias.
Well, our scoring started off 13:50 to go on the clock. Number 7, Ryan Foster, ran one in, followed by number 14, Dwayne Newstatter, then countered by Jordan Fox with a handoff to Jericho Mendez, number 22 for BC. Fox then ran it in for a 2-yard run a little while after that.
Yeah, it was cat and mouse the first 4 plays of the football game as Alberta took the lead and then BC had to catch up. Alberta took the lead and then BC had to catch up.
And then Alberta goes ahead with a Warren Atkinson field goal by 3 points, and that's how it stood going into the second half. But really, it was 2 touchdowns by number 14, Dwayne Newstatter, and Bennett Thompson that was the difference. Number 81, Chilliwack product, Tice Dunefeld, had a great run in, but it was just that Alberta defense that really stepped it up in that fourth quarter when it mattered. There were turnovers by Alberta in their offense. BC had all sorts of chances, but the Alberta defense stepped up and just shut her down, preserving that 3-point lead. Just an absolutely fantastic football game this afternoon here in Chilliwack, British Columbia.
I want to thank those watching online from schools from all over North America. We had folks watching from the University of Calgary, and those will be attending the Alberta insertion camps as well. Thanks to those from University of Regina, Concordia in Montreal, Mount Allison in New Brunswick, Whitworth University in Spokane, Washington, Carleton University in Ottawa, St. Francis University in Nova Scotia, Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo, Ontario, McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, and from the Edmonton Huskies junior program as well. So thanks for watching online, and we had those in attendance here at Chilliwack Stadium watching this afternoon's game.
And those in attendance enjoying the beautiful sunny afternoon and the cold, damp weather here in Chilliwack in BC's Fraser Valley. Okanagan Suns head coach, Langley Rams head coach, the assistant coach for the UBC Thunderbirds, and Simon Fraser will be attending to support the boys. However, for some reason they cannot hand out awards or be recognized as it is against NCAA rules. And once again, you and I have no idea what that means. Not that it matters. Well, what a fantastic football game. That was really, really exciting. And it was just nice to see a really good game for all those that spent a lot of time and money driving in from out of town, be it West Kelowna or Prince George or all the way from Alberta. Yeah, it was a real treat. And all those guys in that field right now should be proud of themselves because they played an absolutely fantastic game.
Well, these grade 12 students certainly getting a chance to pursue their dreams, to continue to grow their game and take it to the next level. Some's career, this will be the final stage for it.
Yeah.
And for some, it'll continue moving. This was the final game in 2014 in our nation, right across Canada, the only football game left, and it happened from the Turf Field Exhibition Stadium right here in Chilliwack. And we should note that on February the 3rd, that's the date for the letter of intent for these kids to commit to schools, either in Canada or the United States.
But the scholarship offers will be coming well before that. What a nice little Christmas present to get that phone call, get home after a hard-fought game. A few weeks later, suddenly there's a message waiting for you. Hi, I'm so-and-so from such and such a university. Want to talk to you about a scholarship opportunity. That'll put a smile on your face for years to come. No kid will ever forget that moment.
Once again, I want to thank the crew members of our VBN broadcast. Robbie Snooks directing traffic down in the control room alongside Joe Bjorgi, graphics controller. Kyle Jones is on replay. Jerome Laverne, I understand it's his birthday today. He's on camera, as well as Lauren Rempel and Tara Pauls, the camera operators this afternoon. And Wayne Bjorgi and Wayne Price, our producers. Team Amy, good job beside me, as usual.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vonnie DeBartolo, and a superb job calling our game, keeping the fans on the edge of their seats.
And the fans now making their way from the grandstands down below, just on this side of that fencing as we're getting ready for the presentations and awards happening down on field level. And standing by down at field level is Ron Dias from All Canada Gridiron and Pro Camps.
Okay. Hello, test. What a game. Let's give it up to these young men. I have the list right here, Coach. So we just match a name with, this is Alberta. And then that's BC. So I know it's 27. All right, let's first, before we get to the awards and then the big cup, why everybody came here, I first want to thank all you parents and BC football community people who all came out here today, shared your colors, shared your passion. All you Alberta fans that made the trek here today, I was no prouder today than when that national anthem went on, and then we go out here and we look at all these fine young men from Alberta and British Columbia come out here and make us proud, playing a Canadian game in Canada, doing it the right way. Congratulations. We can do it up here as well as anybody. And that's it's a great thing to see here. Now, I'll without further ado, I have numbers for the MVP, so I got to look at and match up the names. Unfortunately, Coach Beattie from Okanagan Sun had to take off. So my wonderful BC assistant, a lot of you got to know, Shell Sangara. Where's Jill Ogloff? Jill Ogloff right over here, everybody. Just a terrific job. Isn't that the best program you've ever seen? It's awesome. And make sure that you see her. And Shell, would it be after the game for the videos, correct? That Yord? Okay. Now, okay, we'll start off with the special teams. So 14, and who's 14? Dwayne Newstater. Okay, give me the. All right, from Alberta, special teams player of the game. Go up and see Shell. From Olds High School, Dwayne Newstater. BC, it's Caleb, right? Oh, yeah, we want... Hey, stay down. Dwayne, just come on back here because we're going to take pictures of you guys and then all the MVPs together. BC, special team player of the game. I'll throw a little Canadiana in here. Numero 29, number 29, Caleb Abraham. What? But it's weird for me to be doing the trophy. That's okay. There you go, buddy. Where's the camera? Oh, okay. All right. Boy. There we go. Yeah, there. Just wait down at the front end, okay? Now, most valuable player defense. You want to do Alberta first? Yeah. Yeah. I'll be okay, folks, but Shell will guide me along here. Also from Old High School, 55, Ryland Couture. What is in the water, Coach Grant in Olds? Yes. Oh, right here. Yeah. See, I shouldn't be doing... Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, all right. Thank you. Stay close to the front. Okay. Number 85. This is my boy, so you have to... I have to say, okay. Yeah, this is one of my boys. All right. Defensive MVP for BC Current Stars, number 85, Jordan Goheen. Oh, pitcher. Yes, I like taking these pictures so I know how short I am. All right, there we go. Yeah. Number 10. All right. He led a major in the second half. Most valuable MVP offense for Alberta. Number 10, Ken Little. Oh, yeah, I'll stay here for the picture, okay. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you, Duncan. Just stay close. Off. I'm BC. We got to do BC, number 22, Mendez. Right? Okay. Most valuable offensive player for BC, number 22, Jericho Mendez. Boy. You. From Alberta. And overall, besides everybody here, all right, number 27, Nash Coward. Take a picture with me. I got a taller side and a shorter side. Yeah. What does my boy do? All right. Yes. Offensive MVP for BC. Else here. Number 7, Jordan Fox. Okay, captains from Alberta or BC? I know, I'm just kidding. Captains from Alberta, please come to the front. Let's hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, the first ABC Current Star Bowl champions, and not the last, because we'll be back here next year with the Current Stars. 2014, December 13th, from Alberta, Current Star Bowl champions from the Border Bowl. Congratulations, Alberta, and congratulations, BC, on one of the best high school games of the year. A great way to close off the year. Thank you. Enjoy, man. One more.
Okay, yeah, they're saying I don't need a mic, but I think I do. I just wanted to say to everybody that came out from Alberta, thank you so much. From everybody, parents, fans, everybody out there, a wonderful job in support of the players today, so give yourself a round of applause. And I just wanted everyone to know you can hang around a little bit. The DVDs will be ready shortly. The boys still have to change and have their pizza, so just hang out a little bit. But the DVDs will be available at the front gate.
Okay, in Alberta, what we've done is obviously there's only 2 showers in here. So we've made arrangements over at Townsend. Mr. Wayne Bjorgi, president of Chilliwack Minor Football, as well as the man behind the VBN production, all right? He's made arrangements. We'll get on the bus after you get your stuff in the dressing room, and then you'll go across to eat. To a shower before you go to eat at a restaurant. Pizza will be coming for both teams, right? Thank you.
So there you have it. Thoughts from Ron Dias. As we wrap up the event here from Chilliwack Exhibition Stadium, the award presentations all finalized. Congratulations to the winners after the inaugural ABC Border Bowl, and it goes to the Albertans as they'll head off to the showers and grab some food, will both sides. Thank you once again for tuning in on VBN Sports. For Tim, Amy, and everyone on the VBN crew, my name is Vonnie DeBartle. The final score again from Chilliwack, it was Alberta 27 and BC 24. Good evening from Chilliwack. Yeah.